Interesting.
Curious.
Did you say? It's okay if they have
Picturing a
feet,
guy
I'm just not
popping out
looking
of a well.
Yay!
I love sweet. No.
Sweet
Yeah, I was
dreams
also okay,
are
wasn't I?
melodies.
That is 5 out of 6 that I am looking. Excellent!
Hey, let's
go!
Mike!
Get shit on Mike.
Shit.
Get shit on
Reveal
Mike. Get
to
shit on Mike.
us. Mike, I don't
Don't have
remember.
more of your thinks into
Thankfully,
this.
help me remember what happened last time. I do not remember.
Liar.
Don't remember.
Well, before I was here, the party came to the city in the north and the lifeless yonder, and they were like, "Hey, we gotta go to this mountain that might have vampires. We should find a guide." And they went to a tavern that had all the usual suspects. I said they should have hired Ed and Eddie, but instead they hired me, Breckus the Bugbear, because I was the cheapest.
You were a cheap hoe.
You were
I was a cheap
reasonably
hoe
priced.
who just wanted some food and just to travel a little bit in the mountains. And you all still paid me the adamantine armor, so like, all right, fuck it. I guess I'm getting paid, and I'm getting this expensive ass armor.
The next
And
payment
you
we'll
guys
give you
did.
is a tankard of plenty, but it produces milk instead.
I already have that.
Oh
sir.
my god.
Yeah,
that
that's
was my
literally
starting common item, sir.
I fucking love it.
Anyway, you guys did a bit of a shopping episode, as you were told. Hey, it's a mountain. Get mountain shit. And we've gone our way. I told you guys I wasn't really a tracker. I could just hit stuff hard if they got in the way. And then Knowles came, and I did in fact hit stuff hard. And other people hit stuff hard until the Knowles were dead.
Yeah, Brickus
And that's-
tanked about 50% of that entire encounter.
Mm-hmm.
Solo.
I had vines grow out of me, and then I became a battery for the spellcasters, and that's the last I remember.
That is right where we ended. Your arms and limbs are still heaving from the rush of exertion. You guys just finished having the conversation about where your strange magical powers come from, Brickus, as you're not a magic user yourself. And as you stand around the looted knoll corpses in the early evening, what would y'all like to do? I will remind you, you were in the middle of searching for a place to bed down to rest for the night when you were set upon.
Arlong, can't you make some hut thing that would be useful?
I can if we want to camp out near the corpses.
Well, not really wanting to smell the corpses. Maybe we keep going a little bit. But I'll send Frank and Honeypot. Y'all scout ahead and see if there's any danger.
Nate, as the quote-unquote guide, would I know of a place nearby that might be a relatively good point to camp out?
You would absolutely have advantage on trying to find one.
Survival check?
Please.
Only because you said please.
Such a gentleman.
That's a shitty 13.
You hear the discussion from Erlong, and you're plodding a bit ahead, circling around, looking in the surrounding areas, and a little bit further up the direction that the knolls came from, you can see that there's a thicker copse of trees that you might be able to set up a camp pretty easily in. It would be a little bit cramped for all of you, but it's at least some sort of natural defense. And Cyrus is looking around, and he goes, "What about that cave right there?" It looks like a fairly shallow cave. It goes back about 25 feet, narrowing as it goes back, but you guys and Eddard's horse could all easily fit in this area.
I mean, if you don't mind accidentally running into a bear, yeah, that works.
Hey, bears are my friend. Like, no hating on Frank and Honeypot and Pooh Bear and whatever the fuck I named the other one that I don't remember.
I'm referring to, like, real wild animal bears, not magic bears.
They're real enough.
They're real. I swear they will.
Well, I guess it's just like they say. You can't skin a porcupine until you climb up a molehill. Let's go to that cave. Start walking towards the cave.
I can block off the
You also
entrance.
can't make a mountain bend to the wind, so.
What the fuck are you two saying? That's not. None of those are things. Actually, the mountain thing, maybe. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
I'm already walking away towards the cave.
I'm gonna give him a book of. I'm just gonna give him a book of metaphors.
Just let it happen. Just let it happen.
No! This is a crime. Do you know what my job is?
Lyrics.
This is an atrocity. I have to stop him.
I figured your job was like self-employment.
Well, yeah, but like I'm a musician. I'm an artiste. That is terrible.
Fair.
You don't spit into the wind. You don't pull the mask off the old Lone Ranger. And you don't mess around with the gym.
I thought I was an injury.
What the fuck is this? Are you okay?
I'm infecting the party. It's all part of my plan. I'm the real big bad evil guy.
You don't sit on the porcupine until you sit on a horse.
No. We're not doing this. No.
Shh, that's happening.
You guys coming or what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll follow after.
All right. It's a fairly small cave. Like I said, it's a little bit wider than it is long, with a fairly small entrance suitable for a large creature to easily pass through. As you get in, it is dry, and though not warm, it is at least protected from the wind, and it's actually situated so that if you did light a fire near the front of the cave, the smoke would all be drawn out into the air rather than suffocating you all to death.
I would also like to use a charge of Wild Shape to summon Blinks.
Okay.
And have them just kind of scout the surrounding area, and I'll look through their eyes to make sure that there's no other gnolls in the area, and that or anything else that might come looking for us. While folks might be checking this cave to make sure it's not the home of something that might eat us.
You manifest Blinks. He appears on your outstretched arm. You walk over to the entrance of the cave, lift it up, and he flaps out, flies away, and you put just one hand up on the side of the cave wall, and your eyes roll back into your head, and you're able to see from Blinks' perspective as you fly over the snowy treetops that surround you, as Skyrim music plays in the background.
That would mean I have Skyrim still wrapped in cellophane for my PlayStation 3 that I never used, because I was always like, I was in grad school and I'm like, oh, I can't get into Skyrim because I have too much shit going on, and it was always like, oh, I'll get into it later.
The game is released 47 times.
That's my Skyrim story.
Now you're like, honestly, it's better that I haven't played it.
I mean, I feel like you could still go back and enjoy Skyrim for the first time. It's a pretty good game.
Yeah, you could.
I'm sure you can. I decided to fire up Knights of the Old Republic because there's a podcast that I'm listening to that's playing through it.
Ooh.
That's a good
that.
game. If I remember correctly,
How many
my
people here?
Skyrim, the game started up, it immediately flipped the entire cart, and it's like, alright, time to mod it.
Okay, let's resolve scouting around for gnolls. Can I get a perception check from the owl?
Okay, and it has advantage because of keen hearing and sight.
That's hurtful to me as a person who's trying to hide things from you.
Well, tough shit, I guess. 20.
Okay. With a 20, you do see that the tracks from the encounter of the gnolls do lead off to the west, quite a distance, eventually disappearing into a larger stand of trees that your owl can't easily fly through and follow the trail. But it's clear that they came from several miles away to get to wherever you are. You don't see any evidence of them having a base or a camp or anything like that. You don't see any other... you see a few other caves, but none of them appear occupied except by creatures of the land.
Okay.
You do see a cave that might house an owl bear, or perhaps something else that sheds feathers.
All right. Noted. And I'll tell everybody like, hey, there's an owl bear den, not too far away, but probably won't give us any grief. But especially if we have a tiny hut up, we should be fine.
I could put one up.
I'll waddle towards the front and start making the tiny hut.
No.
And I'll just tell Blinks to keep patrolling for the remainder of their time in existence until they pop out.
And they have 2 hours as a existence, or is it 4?
Let me double check. At second level, you gain the ability, blah, blah,
Number of hours equal to half your druid levels, 4 hours.
blah. Yes. Number of hours equal to half my druid level. So level 8, so 4 hours they can be flitting around.
Okay. But Blinks can only communicate with you, right?
Correct. It functions just like Find Familiar, so it can, so Blinks can talk to me telepathically and that kind of thing, and I can talk to them.
Dope. All right. You make your way back in as Orlong talks about casting Tiny Hut.
Mm-hmm.
You do that. You do that thing. You cast the Tiny Hut. It springs into existence. Immediately inside the tiny hut, you can feel the air warm from from just above freezing to, or from just below freezing to a much more comfortable temperature.
Ah, that's better. Pull out my
Fancy trick.
little bucket and set it down. It's fine. Otherwise, I might end up hibernating. And that would be bad. Nobody needs a frozen frog.
Or a frozen snake.
Very much.
The frozen snake and frog sounds like a really cool margarita place.
That it does.
Writes it down quickly as God mentions it.
What about other people from the party before or after the tiny hut is cast?
I don't have anything specifically that I want to do right now.
Unceremonious.
Unceremonious.
Unceremoniously sleep.
I guess just take out his pipe and pack some tobacco and just enjoy the calm, snowy weather from the
And
cuts.
take a piss on a far-off tree.
The tree
Somebody's
stands
got
up.
the pipe out. Let me get some.
I imagine, and then tell me if this is wrong. I imagine Brickus is sort of like a golden retriever in the snow. He'll just kind of sit in one spot and let it all just collect on him, and then stand up, shake himself off, and he looks like completely fine again. Like his fur
Oh yeah,
is
for sure. He'll
totally
sit
insulated.
outside the cave and just be chill and just sit out there, let snow accumulate for a bit.
Yeah, Edelwyn follows the smell of tobacco smoke to the entrance of the cave to find you sitting out just outside. You're not like fully a snowman yet, but you're on your way there. It is starting to come down heavier and heavier as night is setting. It looks like some storm is setting in.
I'm blending in with my surroundings.
You don't want to come in the cave. It's very nice in the tiny hut, and
No, I'll come in when I need to sleep. It's just I don't like to overheat. You know, I got my fur. I'll be fine. I like the fresh air. Don't want to smoke
Alright.
up your hut. Don't want to smoke up your hut either.
Suit yourself.
That's my quick pastor. Yelling from within the hut.
Oh yeah, Arlong can't leave.
Yeah.
Just literally turning into a snowman with a pipe.
So can I get some of that?
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll take a puff of my pipe and hand it over.
Aren't you outside? How far outside?
You're the one who. I assumed you came out to me. I'm like right out. I'm like right outside the lip of the cave.
I can talk to you from the inside if I needed to.
Yes, you can talk from the
You
inside.
can,
at the
you can
entrance.
yell from either inside the tiny hut or talk from inside the cave.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll offer my pipe over.
Also needed some of this. I think this would probably be the first time we see the mask come off.
Ooh.
She's like, all right.
I believe you met him with the mask off. You mentioned that you had it off in the city.
Oh yeah, because I can't go in there with that on because everyone will know who I
Reputation.
am. Yeah, true. So I take it off and just like. It smells like frogs in there, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, you all are my employers. Not trying to be rude, but I'm also would like to enjoy the fresh air while I can.
Yeah, no problem.
What's wrong with Papa?
It makes sense to me. I wouldn't want to be stuck in there.
Headard comes out of the woodlight, having freshly pissed.
He's
I'm
a
not
lean
pissed.
He's shaking his belt, like you do.
The yellow snow.
It's lemon flavored.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy to see y'all could take care of your own out there. That makes my job a whole lot easier.
I mean, you didn't think you were hiring a group of scientists or something, did you? Don't exactly look very, scholarly.
Ricker shrugged. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time folks who weren't necessarily combat oriented hire me to, guard them. It happens. Folks are trying to get from point A to point B without getting harassed. So I suspected since y'all were going to this mountain that perhaps y'all might be tougher than you looked.
Well, I mean,
So, when you got angry, like, leaves and shit shot up from the ground around you. Is that normal?
Less and less abnormal than I like. I can't
Also,
necessarily
thanks
control it.
for the recharge. I don't know how you gave me back that spell energy, but you did, and that was cool.
It's kind of tied into what leaves and vines and shit grew out of me. I don't want to bore you. It's a long story, but suffice to say, I can't really control it. Sometimes things just happen.
I mean, we have nothing but time.
All right. Oh, the short story is, one point, the Gallerstub was looking for folks to test out a new regiment of theirs. Some kind of mage hunter task force that they would pay us well, give us a good place to eat and sleep. They did some weird ass magic experiments on us, try to make us magic soldier hunter types. It didn't work well, so they killed most of us and I got away. And ever since then, I've done shit like this.
Well, we won't murder you.
that is.
I didn't think that was an option. Were you contemplating murdering me?
No.
I mean, not unless you were a vampire.
Yeah, that was the whole checking the teeth thing. We should probably tell you, now that we're in process, we are being hunted by vampires and a revenant.
Yeah. I'm an international criminal. You're a snake person. That sort of thing.
Well, me being a snake person was kind of obvious. I mean, look at my eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess congrats on being international criminals. Not any of my business. Y'all pay me for a job, and I intend to do it.
Well, no.
I was one of those before this, but different thing.
We're not really criminals. We just happen to kidnap someone. Not really even kidnap them. It was to save them because they were being like slowly drained and eaten by vampires. So we were trying to make that not happen, but they framed us. It's like the tale of the Alpha team.
I didn't do it, man. I didn't do it.
I just raise my hands like, look, I don't know what your whole business is. Sure, you're just trying to help folk, but yeah, that's we're looking for vampires. Is essentially what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Not
Kill them.
Well, we're looking for a way to kill them. That's
Right.
why we're going to White Plume Mountain.
But basically,
Silver usually
yeah.
does the trick.
Well, it's silver, garlic, a good old stab to the head. If spells work, that
Smite.
works too. Smites, yes, the power of God, that works too.
So there are plenty of ways to kill him. You're looking for a more convenient way to kill one.
Exactly. Something a little bit less involved.
All right. Well, I'll do my best to get you up on the mountain. And I apologize if whatever magic comes out of me next, something becomes a hindrance. Hopefully, it shouldn't be an issue, but you never know.
Is there a chance we blow up?
I mean, not yet.
Not yet.
But I don't. Look, the outwardly magical stuff is kind of new. When I first got these quirks, they're very subtle. I no longer liked eating meat. For whatever reason, love milk. And every once in a while, I just kind of blacked out for 2 seconds. And when I woke up, people looked at me like I said something weird, but I had no idea what they were talking about.
Sounds like you're just crazy. But I get that. That
Sure, I was like, maybe.
it definitely
I mean-
tracks. Don't worry. I know. Trust me, I would know crazy.
I mean, maybe the Galler stuff gave me crazy, but definitely wasn't a thing until after they did whatever the fuck they did to me.
Weird, but I like it.
Thanks. You don't have to necessarily like it, but I guess I'm glad you do.
And then she just hands back the pipe.
I'll take it back, take a pull, and then take a drink from my mug and pull back with a milk mustache.
Delicious.
If y'all want, I'll go ahead and take first watch if y'all want to get some rest.
I'm Pooh Bear, avenge me.
Oh no!
There's a howling of a bear off in the distance, like that really low, long, like sort. Yeah.
I'm sure that has nothing to do with us.
Must have been rats.
Rats.
Something
I'll
on the
head
wind,
to
it
sleep.
is.
Okay.
Should I wake anyone up for another watch, or are you all just gonna sleep through?
EP.
You can wake me for a watch.
Hear it. I'll wake you for second.
I could take
I wouldn't mind being third. Or fourth.
I don't mind if it's take third.
Just remember, you can't leave the bubble.
Yep.
Alright, y'all stay. I'm gonna keep on staying here for a bit, trying to build up my disguise. So I just let myself get turned into a snowman.
We watch the speed. This fucking time speeds up and just slowly vanishes into Snowbire.
Yeah.
A perfect
Um,
camouflage.
Okay, so everybody else makes their way in. You've consumed half a rat. You consume half your ration for this evening. We'll mark down the full ration in the morning. If you want to get it out of the way, you're welcome to. And ration.
Unless your
Ration.
rations are rats.
Unless your rations are rats, which, you know, urchin subclass and could be a thing.
No judgment.
They're really good source of protein.
Yeah,
I take out a corn cob and just bite into the cob.
Open
you
it.
all...
I peel off all the corn and eat only the cob.
I find the rat and I swallow it whole like a frog.
It just makes me sad. Like, Eddard is confirmed a cow, I guess? I don't know. Like, you got some flat grinding teeth in that mouth of yours, Eddard. I don't want to know about it.
That's painful.
My teeth are weapons.
Kudju.
I smite. My god.
I smite with my teeth.
You make your dinner, eat it, and all of you fall pretty quickly to sleep, used to the rigors of travel at this point, or having that skill of just being innately able to fall asleep quickly. Brickus, it's not very long until you are alone in the snow, with nothing but your thoughts and your pipe, which is... It is hard to keep lit in all this wind, and much harder to relight once it's out.
Yeah, I'm doing my best to show. Once it goes out, I'll just dump in, just sit quietly, watching the woods, make sure nothing comes by.
Okay. Give me a perception check, and you have dark vision, correct?
I do have dark vision.
Excellent. Your watch will have begun already after the sun was no longer available. This large storm swept in before the sunset happened.
That's an 11.
It is very difficult to make out even the tree line 20 feet away from the cave where you guys are currently inhabiting. The snow is thick and unrelenting, and it is very hard to hear anything besides the wind whipping past you and the creaking and cracking of the branches as they take the weight of the snow. It's both an unending time and over before you realize it, because every moment feels exactly like the one before and after it. So it all blurs together very quickly.
Terrifying. All right. Assuming nothing tries to eat me at the end of it, I'll go inside and gently wake Cyrus up for his watch.
Yeah, you remain uneaten by everything but the snow.
Lovely. I still have clumps of it on my fur as I wake him. I was like, all right, you're up. As I start shaking off the rest like a dog.
It's also, I would say it snowed about 2 feet in this 2-hour period. So it's coming down. So due to the nature of the cave, the mouth of the cave is much more full of the snow because of it being whipped all around. And though it doesn't extend very far into the entrance, the mouth of the cave is about halfway blocked now by snow. And there is a big break in the drift where Brickus just stood up and walked as if it were not there. But someone who is not as just huge might have a little bit more trouble. It might be considered difficult terrain to move through this snow.
Yeah, I did a little bit, but by the time I came in, it was mostly piled up. So if you're bored, here you go, and I'll hand out a shovel if he wants to fiddle with the cave entrance.
Sure.
Just so if you're bored and you don't feel like being snowed in.
I mean, okay.
You don't have to. I'm just saying you're bored.
All right.
Okay, we'll go to sleep.
Cyrus once again striking with his witting small talk. Yeah, Brickus, again, you're pretty used to this. You're not used to having, like, a warm room you can just walk into out of the chilling cold. It's really nice. Like you just step through, and immediately the snow begins to melt much, much faster, and you instantly become drier and warmer as a result. It's nice. Your stuff is like that you left in here is all protected from the snow. You don't have to thaw your bed sheet before you climb into it. It's really nice.
Well, it's a nice change of pace. I'll smile and enjoy the comfort while I have it and go to bed.
Your owl has been on patrol this entire time, Cyrus.
Yeah, I guess it would probably partway through my watch would poof out of existence.
I'll say for your watch, roll both the owl and yourself, as the owl has been on watch this whole time. Um, the owl still does have keen senses, but it's not able to range as far out because of how strong this storm is. The owl is still a very small creature and easily thrown about by the wind currents, and
Okay.
it is coming down. So as you like wake up and reach out mentally towards your owl, you receive like a mental thumbs up, everything is good, but also kind of a picture of a slightly like wind drowned creature almost. Your owl's struggling a little bit in the storm, which seems to be continuing to pick up in intensity. It's not stopping its ability to keep watch though. Nor yours. Wow. Do you venture out of the cave?
I'd go out of the bubble, but not too far out of the cave. I'd probably clear some of the snow, and if I need to like become a bear to have, because I don't have strength,
Sure.
I'll do that.
Yeah, and it also is a nice way to keep warm because you can transform for much more than 2 hours at this point, right?
Yeah, half my druid levels, so that'd be 4 hours.
Yeah. So like you open your pack and start folding out your travel shovel that the whole party has, as discussed earlier, and then you think better of it, fold it back up, tuck it back away, and just morph into a very large bear and begin just digging your way out of the cave. You sort of make a nice, more compacted piece of snow that you can easily walk on in and out, moving the snow to the two sides of the cave. And you probably curl up right by the entrance.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And then still in bear form when my watch is done, because a black bear is only a medium creature.
Fuck yeah.
Go back into the bubble and shake. I think it was Arlong up, or was it
The
Fayetta?
bear mind can't remember. You have to just pick one. I'm curious who you decide to wake up as a bear.
Probably Fayetta, because if I touch Arlong, that could be bad.
Just a bucket of poisonous water.
Yeah, he's just like poison stew. So I'll wake up Fayetta and so
Thankfully for Fayetta's passive perception, she probably wakes up as they snuffling bear goes into the tiny hut bubble, and so you're on your way already to wakefulness when the bear nose comes over and like goes to and like touches your face. What do you do?
probably just a paw, like.
Okay, a paw as big as your body kind of thumps onto your arm and leg and also part of your torso.
And then I just curl, like, do the 360 circle thing and settle down.
After like taking a deep breath, it's like, oh, okay. I don't think she's half awake. I think she's full awake, and was about ready to stab somebody with a dagger before realizing who it was.
Yeah, it's a bear, but it's wearing Cyrus's like shirt still.
And it's like stared. She just stares at him like, all right. luckily I'm really good at look at noticed that it was you. And she just like walks out, adjusts her ring of warmth on her finger.
Are you still like cartoonishly in like shorts and like a tank and like a t-shirt?
I think I'm still wearing my leather armor
Okay.
because
But
that would
like
be a
no cold gear or anything like that. Just the ring
no
of
cold
warmth
gear.
to keep you comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely still feel the difference in temperature between the inside and outside of the tiny hut, but it's like the chill doesn't really seep into you at all. You can feel it on your skin, but there's not that leech of heat that always accompanies it. You make your way over to the now cleared but quickly filling up again entrance to the cave. The sky is dark with the storm clouds above it, and the snow is coming down in thick waves. The area outside of the cave is now heavily obscured by the storm.
All right. A question:
Answer.
would a cleansing stone clear out some of the snow?
I would say, like, so Brick has described how snow like was clinging to him. I would say it would like cause that kind of stuff to drop off of you. But
I I was thinking of like using it to like clear out portions of the snow in the front.
um, does it? Can you use it in like an AOE?
uh,
Cleansing stone.
oh, it's dirt and grime.
Yeah, it's like if you were covered in ice and stuff, I would say yes. But you know, like a classic, like I just came into an inn from walking in the cold and I've got ice frozen to my face. Like that
Yeah.
would clear that, I would say. But it's not like a snowblower.
Yeah, I was hoping to use it like a, but it doesn't work like that. Right. So I guess I need to make a perception check.
Yes, please.
All right.
All right.
There you go.
Yeah, you are able to keep a pretty good watch despite the snow. The heavily obscured does incur disadvantage, but even with a 14, you can make out the swaying trees and the area around, and you can't, for the life of you, hear or see any kind of creature. Obviously, there are signs of a black bear in your cave, but there's nothing that seems to want to brave this storm, which only near the end of your watch begins to abate slightly. The snow starting to not pile up quite as rapidly. But you can see there are probably 4.5 feet of snow outside.
All right. That is the future problem when I'm fully awake. I believe Fada would be just like messing around with the all-purpose tool and trying to figure out how the dwarven clock works while on watch.
Okay. Like taking it apart and putting it back together again, or like you take off the face and like look at it for a while, kind of poking it and seeing what spins what.
More the second than the first.
Okay.
I don't think
Much more observing than trying to fuck with it.
Yeah, I don't think she's at the point where she feels comfortable about putting it together first.
Okay. All right. You do that, discovering more and more the intricacies of this small clockwork item that you've not seen anything like it. Even in the world, like after coming here, you haven't seen things like it here, and it's far and foreign to any of the things that you had growing up or in your previous travels. But your watch does come to an end. You are faced with the question of how to wake up a creature that's in a bucket that if you shake it, poison comes out.
Poke it with a stick.
Gotta go find a stick under all that snow. I'm sure you have something to poke it with. Like, it's not like a serious, like, I'm not gonna make you roll or anything.
I was actually looking to see if I had a stick, but then it's like, oh, I could just use a normal short sword. Poke it with the handle.
Okay. The barrel rocks slightly.
Okay.
Flop.
Your turn.
The hat rises from on top. I'm out.
Sienna's already flying way before the pool of water reaches her feet.
The hat rises. And I will pull out my little candle of the deep that is forever lit and will never be snuffed out by water. Just keep watch.
Okay. Are you specifically just like making sure nothing comes into the cave, or are you trying to look out beyond it?
Look out beyond it a little bit.
Okay, I will give you disadvantage because of the heavy snow.
My tiny little eyes can only see so far. Oh, that was GM.
Oh wow.
Damn,
very nice. 24 and a 22. Yeah. Erlung, you are able to watch as the storm slows further and further, though does not completely stop even by the time that your watch is coming to an end. Nothing seems to brave coming into this cave, which is now once again about halfway filled up at the entrance with snow. And your watch passes uneventfully. You only know that it is morning because of the clicking of Feada's device as its alarm goes off, because it is still very, very dark outside.
I purposely get wrapped up nice and warm. Throw the poisonous water out onto the snow.
Yeah, you make purple snow, which is so much worse.
It's terrifying.
God.
Yeah, so as Arlong is walking the bucket out towards the entrance of the cave to dump it, the bubble pops, and those of you that were still sleeping feel a blast of cold air hit you, and probably pretty quickly snap awake.
Morning.
It's one hell of a wake-up call.
Very brisk.
Definitely something.
See that Erlong's like already wrapped up in his warmest clothes.
Enter is shirtless in pants and unlaced boots, wearing a ring of warming, rolls over, scratches his chest, claps his lips.
That's a good item.
Walk over to the front of the cave and see the purple snow goes, the fuck happened over here?
Yeah, don't touch that. Unless you want to use it for your weapon. Don't touch it.
No, touch it. Tastes like grape.
Do not touch it. Do not touch your tongue. Unless you want to use it for your weapon.
Right.
You have no wand.
Warning noted, I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to take my shovel and try to clear the snow around the mouth of the cave so it's easier to get out of.
Alright.
Weaponized purple snow. Keep splashing it with my poison until we make it an icicle of poison.
The first person that comes by, I'm going to fling a shovel full of purple snow at them.
Hi, I'm a traveling merchant. Oh, God!
Terrifying.
Yeah. Morning progresses. People wake up at their own volition. Everybody please mark down a ration for last night and today's meal. You guys have infinite sources of water, right?
Yes.
Yes. Don't need to worry about that.
Oh.
Drink from my head.
Doesn't that produce
I
like,
also-
is it fresh water?
It has to be
I
fresh.
also
Otherwise, I'd
drink.
be a very pickled frog right now.
Oh, okay.
I also drink from Arlong's hat.
I love the idea that you take it off, it splashes, and you just flip it over, and it becomes a bowl of water, and you just pass around like a really wide-brimmed hat that you have to like drink from like a cat.
Everyone sees me doing that, and then it's just like, oh, fresh water.
It probably starts off like body temp, and then just gets colder and colder as the hat keeps getting passed around. Are there any other?
Otherwise, we could just take a bunch of snow and put it in a pot. And
That's what I said. It's snow. We got plenty of snow if we need it. But I think we're good.
Hell yeah. Drinking from the hat, boiling your own water, whatever you prefer. You guys finish eating and getting ready for the day. And you can see that it has lightened up a bit outside, but it is basically going to be dim light all day today. At least until this storm passes.
Fortunately, on the mountain, we don't know when the storm's going to pass, so we might as well make what progress we can while we can. Not waste the daylight.
Pretty much.
lead on. If you need me to assume a animal form to help with something, let me know.
Oh, I mean, if you just want to keep your eyes peeled, I'm sure that'll be enough. Otherwise, I'll try to be at the front, take the brunt of whatever we walk into. As I start just trying to use my girth to make a path through snow.
Hopefully let them bump into my nose.
Well, if we do, we can show them what we did to their buddies.
Exactly.
Brickus, you are able to clear the snow. It is slower than walking at your normal pace. If you had one more person with you at the front, you'd be able to basically keep your normal travel pace with two big people to clear the snow just by breaking the drifts and walking through it.
I mean,
I'll relay that. If anyone else, any other big folk want to help me in the front, clear snow.
I mean, our paladin's pretty strong.
As if you think he's willing to help right now. Doesn't strike me as a morning person.
I'll either that or we walk slower, is all I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm doing my part.
I'm strapping something to the bottom of my boots because I came prepared.
Snowshoes.
same. I also got snowshoes.
We got them snowshoes, boy.
Nate, could giant owls fly through this?
It's definitely much easier. The wind has slowed much down from what it was last night. Your regular owl would basically have not much issue now, but yes, to answer your question.
Okay, because a giant owl is a 1/4 beast.
Yep, yes it is.
Can I use conjure animals to
Oh, boy.
summon enough of them for us to ride?
Fly, you fools.
What's their strength?
13.
I would say they could easily fly anyone who's not Brickus or wearing medium or heavy armor.
Well,
What
here's
are you
the
trying to
thing.
say?
That you're easily the biggest person in the party by like 2 feet.
I cry.
There's 8 of them. Could 2 of them carry Brickus and heavier people?
I cannot say no.
I mean, the spell only lasts for an hour, so we'd only get an hour of travel. But
You'd get an hour of travel at bird speed.
yes.
Burp speed.
Bird.
Burb.
burb.
That definitely works. You communicate to your party however you would like.
So the storm has died down a little bit. If you want, I can call forth some Fey spirits to help us.
Really?
Maybe get us ahead a little bit faster.
Alright, if that helpful. I say from beneath the snow line.
Don't we already have a face spirit? And I'll point to Fayetta.
That's true.
It should be fine.
But I'm up for it.
All right. Then I will. I'll call forth 8 giant owls.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, everybody, you also bought snowshoes, right, Sire? Everybody bought snowshoes, I think.
Yeah, I bought
So, yeah.
snowshoes. I can trudge through the snow, but
Yeah, so everybody finishes strapping on their shoes. Cyrus heads out first and conjures forth these Fey spirits. They almost look like they're comprised of long branches of needled trees of different varieties. You see firs and evergreens and other kinds mixed in as these 8 giant creatures settle in on the snow in front of everybody.
and I will tell them, kind spirits, please ferry myself and my companions ahead as far as we can get.
Okay. What is the speed of a oh, you linked it for me. How kind.
60
60
fly
feet.
speed.
Okay, so they can cover 6 miles an hour.
Brickus is
So-
very suspicious. He has never been carried before.
Mm-hmm.
He's not sure what
They're
to
not
do.
as fast as a giant eagle, but there's more of them.
Okay, so we have Cyrus. You wear medium armor, right?
Yes.
2 for you. Eddard wears heavy armor. 2 for him. Brickus is Brickus. 6 for Brickus. That's 6 total, or two for Brickus. 6 total. Sorry. Leaving.
If it needs be for this equation, I can turn into a giant eagle and fly along with them, because at 8th level I can wild shape into flying creatures.
I was gonna say you do have exactly enough with 8 because Edwin can ride 1, and then Fayetta and Erlong can both ride the last one. As even though Fayetta could fly, she would not be able to keep up with the giant owls, and both of them are small creatures.
Oh, okay. If these 8 are enough, cool.
Yes.
If I need to use wild shape, happy to.
You're welcome to do that. That would free up two owls to
Run
have,
defense.
or have one person, or split up Erlong and Fayetta and have 1 extra. Yeah.
Yeah, that I'll do that then, especially because wild shape recharges on a short rest. So if we need to rest after we get there, and I can stay in that shape for 4 hours, so
Okay.
we can get 6 miles with just the owls, and then
Okay.
figure it out from there.
Dope. Excuse me.
Never.
Okay, so everyone acquiesces to this, yes? No one has any huge objections?
Mm-mm. Just major armor before I get on.
Brickus is
over here
nervous
thinking-
about it, but you're the boss.
I'm just glad that I don't have to fly myself that entire time in order to catch up.
You should now have control over giant owls. There should be a thing in the party NPCs for you, Cyrus.
And you sure these things ain't just gonna drop me when we're high enough or something?
No, but the more we dilly dally, the farther we don't go. So let's go. And with that said, I will turn into a giant eagle and lead the way.
Alrighty.
Or I can also assume a giant owl form, because that would work too.
Whichever. Doesn't matter.
Be in theme with your compatriots.
Okay. You all set out, and in an hour's time, without anyone but Cyrus having to exert much energy, you are able to fly over the treetops and rejoin the road. 6 miles, actually even slightly. The wind is favorable, almost 7 miles ahead of where you set up for camp, and it is still only about 9 a.m. in the morning as you finish this. The owls will land probably like with a minute before the hour is over for safety, and drop everybody off. Cyrus, you are able to land next to them.
I bow to them as they dissipate.
They will all in unison bow back, and then you just watch as all the needles fall to the ground.
They were really friendly. I like them.
Woo! Woo!
I guess that's a sigh of relief. Was happy to be back on solid ground. All right, we get moving.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Shuffling on.
What pace would you guys like to set for the rest of the day's travel?
Fast.
With all of your snowshoes, you are able to travel at a normal pace despite the very thick snow.
Fast.
Beast.
Based.
As fast as we can
Alrighty.
go without incurring the
I'll keep flying for another 3 hours just to scout ahead and keep an eye on the party from above.
Hell yeah.
All right. As you are all trudging along the road, Brickus, you're leading, and up ahead you see something that you've known was coming for some time.
Oh, goody. Is it a friend?
You're able to point out the road that leads up into the mountains, which you discussed with them before they left, or the main road that continues around the mountains and towards the northern cities. If you were to take the mountain pass, it would shave about a day and a half of travel off of your journey, but it is more dangerous.
Yeah, I'll relate that to the groups. We can go the longer but safer route, or we can go the quicker but more dangerous route. One's through the mountains, one's closer to the nearby towns.
How dangerous are we talking?
But just on top of all the things that want to kill you and eat you, there's also got avalanches and there's the general danger of the wilderness. More, especially further in you go, a lot more things are desperate to eat whatever they can get their claws and fangs on. Not to mention whatever creepy crawlies y'all are hunting out here.
Would it be worthwhile to fly again?
I mean, it's not like we're gonna find them and then be done with them at once. It's just like the general vibe of the area is more dangerous if we take the mountain pass, but it will be quicker.
You saying we don't pass the vibe check?
I think
No,
it's
I'm just
exactly-
I'm just saying the vibe check is more dangerous if you are okay with that kind of vibe.
I feel pretty good with
Just
it.
fair warning.
I mean, we've survived a lot of vampires. I feel like a lot of creatures out here might not be comparable.
I'm very animals like me.
Yeah, so we have a truth to help with it.
And I eat nails for breakfast every morning
It's true.
without any milk.
Oh shit, he's badass.
So
Did you ever get into that one bar at home? You know, the one.
I don't
The
know where
what?
those bolts came from.
The one where they ask you how tough you are. I forgot the name.
Salty spittoon.
Why do you care? They've only ever sent you to Weenie Hut Juniors.
I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
Take the emotional damage.
I have you know, I've been into the salty Supreme
Emotional damage.
Oh fuck!
That's
Is
kind of
that-
Never have I once gone to Weenie Hut Junior.
Your nose grows a little bit longer.
I'm not Pinocchio.
Burgess will shrug like, I'm just
Can I
giving
make
you
an
all the
insight check?
options.
On what?
On
No,
if
no,
they're
hold on.
puppets?
Skill issue.
No, they're making the jokes about like I never been to Winnie Hut Juniors. I'm like, should I make this insight check?
If you would like.
Nah.
It's not a place that
Figured-
exists, I don't think, in this world.
Whatever we say is true. That's why we're going to TGI Fridays after this.
None of you have
shitposting.
been to Bikini Bottom, the canon name for the underwater cities.
That's where Tritons are. Yeah.
They just
Right, so-
so, chilling.
Yeah, like I said, those are just your options. We can go the quick way, which is more dangerous, or the longer way, which is less dangerous.
I thought
Those
that
are your
Well, how
two
much? How much longer will it take us? First thing.
About Nate, you said like a day and a half?
About a day and a half.
Right.
About a day and
So
a half extra.
But
So the
weather
short way
affects
is-
that.
Right. Give or take a day and a half, depending on if the storm picks up or not.
yeah, I'm sold on the short way.
Yeah, the mountain pass is much more likely to have more severe storms and things like that. Yeah, natural dangers and more dangers, but quicker. All right. I mean, if you guys are free to move around on this map and progress the direction that you would like to. Your feet do sink pretty deeply into the snow, but your snowshoes keep you from being basically slowed.
Yeah.
Definitely not into an ambush right now.
As you're all walking up,
Uh-huh.
what is the passive perception of the 4 people in the lead right now?
I have an 11.
18.
19.
Yeah.
I have 11.
I'm
long.
10. I'm
We
the god.
were-
I got the lowest passive.
My passive perception is R long back here.
Dope.
That's fair. My passive perception then it would be a 14.
You guys are a little bit far back as this happens, but you do see, as we were looking for a 20 or higher, several snowdrifts erupt. And we will get a surprise round as you see 2 very large horned, fanged, and clawed creatures covered in snow-white fur erupt out of the snow with a loud roar that sounds almost like a language, but that none of you speak.
See, this is what I mean. Like, the second you veer off into the north dangerous path, it's just like it's waiting for you.
I want to skin them.
I look at Cyrus. Can you talk to these?
I want to skin them.
Hello.
We are going to roll initiative. You
don't
are
speak
all
yet.
considered surprised.
Actually, I have feral instincts, which I believe means I am not surprised.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
I'm special.
Wow, you are so special. I'm so proud of you.
Haha, you're so special.
Aren't you proud of me?
I
Say you're
am.
proud of me.
I am
say,
proud
say
of
it
you.
more.
I'm so proud of you, Mike.
Thank you.
You make me
done
so happy.
well.
Let me get some fight music going.
No time.
I don't know. Skyrim working pretty well for now.
Should I just switch to Skyrim fight music?
It would be funny.
Dun dun dun
Nah,
dun 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 dun.
see what you plan.
I mean,
Skyrim
it's
battle
Halloween.
music 10 hour.
Since
Oh,
it's
God.
Halloween weekend, like Thriller might be a fun
Oh, there you
thing
go.
to drop in there.
10 hours of Skyrim battle music with 1 Thriller mixed in somewhere in the middle. All right,
surprise Philly, don't know
Edwin,
when it's
Feta, Eddard, Cyrus, Brickus, and Erlong are all in the turn order. Okay, in the first round of combat, you cannot, if you are surprised, which is everybody but Brickus, you can't move or take actions, and you also can't take reactions until that turn ends.
Rude.
Brickus is not surprised and did roll the highest, and is up first, so gets to act normally.
Fuck him up, bro.
Alright, is this difficult terrain anywhere around here?
moving off of the path is going to be difficult terrain. Yes.
All right. All right. I can still get there though. So I'm gonna move up to here and go into a rage. I'll roll a d10 to see what happens
Terrifying.
when I go into a rage. A 2. What's a 2? Sorry, I did not have the book open. Give me 1 second.
How fucking dare you?
You teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied spot you see.
Ooh.
Um.
Oh my
Awesome.
woman.
So
It says you can teleport up to.
I
you
know,
don't
yeah,
have
yeah.
to
yeah.
move.
So I may later to trick him. So for now, I just go into a rage and I get a little jittery and just kind of teleport in out of space, but don't teleport just yet, as I will then attack this guy. And the way the
No.
bugbear surprise works is it works against anyone who hasn't gone in initiative yet. So I'm going to
God.
apply that.
Oh no.
Rip his ass off.
Surprise,
His
motherfucker.
ass is very important to him. Oh god, a 26 is definitely gonna hit.
It's gonna be a pillow tonight.
18 slashing damage. Tears a very long gash on this thing's forearm, and it pulls back and bellows in your face, spittle flying past you, your hair rippling across your face as it roars.
That's nice. I'm going to attack him again.
No,
Do it.
don't.
Yes.
No.
You can't stop me.
A 14 will
14.
miss as it reaches out and grabs your halberd as you swing it a second time.
I growl back at him.
Excellent.
I'll
Is
leave.
that you? Okay,
That is
Veda
me.
is surprised. Eddard is surprised. Cyrus is surprised.
Yeti.
The large creature is going to stalk forward through the snow, wiping out massive drifts as it comes. It pushes this tree to the side with a huge hand and sucks in a massive breath that it then exhales icily over all 5 of you except Brickus in a 30-foot cone. I need a Constitution saving throw versus cold damage.
Nate,
Yes.
would you consider this a magical effect?
I'll use
No.
my once per.
This is this creature's natural ability to breathe in the cold air.
Well, that's stupid.
Dragon breath would be magical because dragons are innately magical. This is a natural
Arlong.
creature that has like ice affinities.
You have a plus
and
4.
things.
Alright.
Okay. What con save you said?
Con save, please.
You should have a plus 4.
Or long you once purred.
I once purred, that would make it an 11, so I don't know if that would pass.
Okay. And Fayetta also gets the plus, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm at 17. That's good.
Okay, 11, 17, 16, 14, 21. Correct?
Yes.
Great. Everybody but Cyrus is going to fail.
Yay!
That's going to be 51 cold damage.
Oh.
25 for
Ring
me
of
then?
warmth.
Good thing I
Remember
have
your
that ring
rings of warmth. You get resistance to cold damage if you bought one of those. Oh dear.
You said 51, correct?
I did.
Yep.
Oh, that's your max? Oh dear.
I'm a wizard, bro.
So I hope the people I'm brother are doing okay. Oh no.
So one shot.
Yeah, it is gonna take another step forward. It cannot grab you yet, but it's gonna. Edwin is stunned, or is surprised. This thing is going to take a look at you, Brickus, and it looks in you in such a way. It targets you with its eyes, you could say, and its gaze is chilling. I need a con save.
Well, that's rude, but I'll do it.
This is
That's
a magical
19.
effect if you have anything.
I only have something for charming, which this does not seem like a charm.
Okay.
Unless this counts as a danger sense. No, that'd be for dex
No.
save. So yeah. No, okay. Go ahead, do nothing.
You take. All right, nothing happens to you. You resist
That's fine.
whatever strange magical effect the thing was attempting to put on you. It's then
I
going
stare
to
right back at him.
non-magically claw at you twice with its big
Oh.
old claws. A 16 and then a 21 to claw at you, Brickus.
Those will both hit, I'm afraid.
11 slashing, 4 cold, so 9 total on the first, and then 13 slashing, 7 cold, so 13 total on the second.
So
Erlong, I don't believe
13,
makes
11.
death saves on surprise round. Would you?
No, it's still considered hit down. He just doesn't.
Okay. Please
So
whisper
yeah.
me death save. Please mark that on your sheet.
Not to be like, teacher, we need more homework.
No, please. More homework. This is excellent. This is the first time I've surprised you guys in, I think, the whole campaign. Brickus!
Is it me again?
It's you again. We're back up at the top.
Alright, I see my buddies getting attacked, so I think I'll be snazzy and teleport over to him and growl and go, no, focus on me, asshole! Then I'll do a reckless attack.
Oh no.
If I can find the buttons.
L'advantage. Oh god, both of those are gonna hit.
For 17 and 12.
And
Slashing.
12. Hacking and chopping into the arm and leg of this thing. It turns from where he was very clearly looking at the very small frog in the snow of the widening patch of purple around him, and roars in your face. Is that going to be your turn?
That will be me.
Fayetta, you have an opportunity to go now.
Yep. I refreshed the page so I can actually do things. It didn't update earlier.
Good stuff.
Alright. I'm going to bonus action disengage. Actually, no, I don't need to. I'm just gonna go fly behind the Yeti
Okay.
and stab it with a short sword and a adamantine dagger.
Okay. Short sword hits. Sneak attack. Stab this thing in the back just beside its spinal cord for 20 damage.
Alright,
and
how far-
it shrieks. Very, very hurt.
Alright, let me go check that. 40 feet? Is that enough for...
No. 30 feet, I
Damn
believe.
it.
Okay. Second attack.
Yeah.
19 hits. Or 2 more. This thing is roaring, trying to scrabble at its back to reach you, but you are very, very small and very, very dexterous. Is that going to be you?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Eddard! The frog is dying.
I execute. No.
Oh, please? Please. Make Josh roll the new character.
What? Okay, the purple is
Make
hurt.
him bring another Twilight Cleric into a game.
What the that would... don't threaten me with a good time.
I'm gonna look at Cyrus and then nudge my head towards Erlong with a nonverbal, like, you got this.
I shake my head back, yes.
Whack.
Loop whack. Redemption swings and misses. It slams into this thing, but the thick fur of this creature seems to resist the spikes and tines. As will a 12. Your great weapon is not doing so great at the moment.
Solid 2 and a 4.
Would you like to use either of your once precisions?
Either. I have more
your
than
once
one.
precision on either of those.
I'm flattered you gave me one on one. Oh, that's me.
I'm not. Dan gets 2 because he has his camera on. Cyrus, it is your turn.
Alrighty, with my bonus action, I would like to drop a unicorn totem where I put a green dot on the map. And so 30 feet from there is a radius of power. And then I'll step over to Arlong, reach down to him in his mouth, and cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level.
The frozen, shocked expression of Erlong before he wakes up.
So you get 28 healing because Arlong gets 20, and then everybody else except the Yetis gets 8 hit points back
Ooh, thank you.
from my dragon totem effect.
I'm still so dark. I saw the haunting library. I need to worship Mentor.
Okay. Is that going to be you, Cyrus?
Yes, that is me.
Alrighty, we'll go to this boy right here, who is going to...
Come on, mate, do it. Do it. Do it, you coward.
He'd have advantage on you. He's going to try and pierce Eddard with his chilling gaze.
He doesn't want advantage on me?
Actually, wait. First things first. By one. It's going to turn and direct its chilling gaze at Eddard. Eddard, I need a Constitution saving throw as you can see the Yeti.
I yell at the Yeti that he's a coward.
Do you have any bonuses to magical effect or anything?
You also didn't put your own aura of protection on that.
I don't get my own aura of protection.
You do.
You do.
I thought
All
you said
paladins
it
get
was.
their own aura.
Yeah.
They do?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you get all your own auras, and just other people also get them.
What
I've been-
spec power
So
are
it's
you?
actually a 14.
Been holding back on myself.
You've been nerfing yourself.
You're so much stronger than you think, Frank.
Here, because
you-
I rolled it wrong, let me just re-roll it real quick.
Sure. Dope.
This
You
isn't
save
my
and take
final
no
form.
damage. The Yeti will claw twice at the guy he has advantage on, because he's an intelligent
it.
combatant. 17 and a
Do it.
19.
What bonus do I have to AC by being in an aura?
None to AC, I don't think.
Nope.
Oh, no.
To saving throws, plus
Yeah.
4.
Oh, right. Okay. Then those will both hit.
Great. I will give you the total damage after reduction. The first attack does 11 total slashing and cold, and the second does 15 slashing and cold.
And that's after reduction.
That's after reduction, because you're not resistant to cold, right? Right?
barely sweating.
You don't have any resistances to cold or anything, right?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. It's gonna stay where it is because you guys kind of have it pinned at the moment. Hedwin, the frog is breathing on the ground.
The frog breatheth. The prodigal son has returned. Okay. I am going to try and 30 feet from myself. Let's get a little cone action.
Little coney
Sure.
down.
We're gonna try and scare this Yeti if he can be scared.
He is not immune to frightened.
Awesome. We're gonna try and scare him so that he fucks off while he kills.
Oh, it's showing on mine. Sometimes that's a glitch on the player side.
Okay, cool.
Okay, wisdom saving throw at normal. 15. Is
Fuck.
15 your spell save DC still? Or is that
I don't
not correct?
know
Double check your
if
sheet.
That's updated.
Mine's 16, but I don't know if.
If you guys have the same
So
bonus.
15 might be right.
If it's 15 on the top of the page,
What's
then it's 15.
your what's
Yeah.
your spell or what's your charisma?
It's 18, so 4.
Then 15 is the
Yeah.
correct one. Yep.
Yeah, for some reason, Roll20 doesn't always do it correctly unless you look at the actual spell page on your character sheet. I don't know why.
Damn it, he meets it. Sad.
He does mean it and is not frightened by
do
your
not be
fear.
scared. One thing I'm going to do though is cover distance in the opposite direction.
Yeah,
Like,
baby.
down there. Just gonna go straight back here.
Don't go too far. You want to stay within 30 feet of the dot.
Alright, perfect.
I'm in within 30 feet of the dot.
Is that gonna be you? Do you have a bonus action that you'd like to do? Bardic Inspiration?
Yeah. I'm just gonna look at Eddard and be like, hit him real hard.
Sir Robin bravely ran away.
Then you can have the Bardic Inspiration.
Oh god.
And I will stay here because I am done.
No,
The other Yeti. Come join the party, asshole! No, wrong party! Wrong party! Come over here! Wrong party!
A deep breath in from the chest and an exhalation. Thankfully, Brickus, Cyrus, and Erlung all gain the Blessing of Protection from being near Eddard, but I need another con saving throw from, this time, this 5 of you.
Alright.
No.
Fuck.
Just no. Alright, we got a plus,
Plus 4,
Plus
Aura
what?
of Protection.
Oh, I didn't have the aura on, so that's
15.
actually a 15.
Wow, okay.
Um,
Alright,
Or I'll use my once per session to reroll that.
okay. Alright, so we have a 12 from Erlong, a 13 from Eddard,
And I will also absorb elements.
Okay, a 30 from Brickus, and a 25 from Cyrus. Okay, Eddard, and I didn't get Feda's roll.
Alright, trying to fail again.
Oh dear. Okay, Eddard, Erlong, and Fayeda are going to fail. Everybody else will take half as much damage, and Cyrus will take half again because of absorb elements. Good lord. Okay, that is 55 cold damage. I went up in damage.
I was so close to insta-killing me.
55?
Reduced to 27.
55. Reduced
So
to
is that
27 if you succeeded.
14 for me then?
Yes. No.
13.
13.
Okay.
damn, I've been hit a lot.
Hi.
These guys are very big, and they're very good at cold stuff.
I was hoping I was hiding behind a guy so I wouldn't hit as hard, but I didn't care.
Yeah, these things seem to be, as this thing is hit full bore by the cold winds, it is completely unaffected, as if it is immune to even the strongest effects of cold and ice. And it starts to bend down to pick up Erlong. It can't quite yet, but Erlong, can I get a death save? Kill the wizard.
My eyes open.
Erlong wakes up with 1 HP in the snow.
Damn.
You are prone, but I believe you still get your turn.
I do.
Death save is at the beginning of your turn.
Yeah.
Teleport!
I have to. It's the only choice. I'm gonna Misty Step.
Yeah.
Just stay within 30 feet of the totem.
That's right.
That's all.
And then I stand up.
Okay.
Oh god. Quick, I haven't had to look at my fucking
Bells all fight.
I was more worried about being dead. God. Where's my Toll the Dead? I want to Toll the Dead, the injured Yeti.
They are both injured.
Alright, the one that everyone's surrounding currently.
Yeah, I think this one's been hit more.
Okay.
I'm the
Wisdom
one that-
save.
Yes, it is for
15.
I feel like on my spell list it is not showing appropriately. Alright, well fuck
Not
it,
even on your character sheet?
It's on my character sheet, but I'll just manually roll it. It'll be
Roll 20
D12.
here.
2d12.
Thank you. Just speed reading, trying to keep this phone.
A
Jesus
15. It rolled a 15.
So
Does that succeed or fail?
that would succeed. So sadly, it does nothing. I believe. Yep.
Unfortunately, the dolorous bell rings in this thing's ears, but it is too focused on fighting 3 people at once to give a damn. You are alive and hopefully safe for the moment.
I'm breathing. Oh god, I'm breathing.
Unless you want to move any further.
I do not.
All right, Brickus.
Alright, I am gonna try to focus this guy down, and I am not gonna reckless attack, but I am still flanking, so hopefully that just me hitting will be enough to get his attention.
27 definitely hits. 26 definitely hits.
For 14 and 15.
That second one, you bloody it as you catch something vital, and a huge spray of red erupts from this thing's side, sheeting down its leg and waist.
Alright, we're getting there. Slowly but surely.
Would you like to use your bonus action to teleport up to 30 feet?
No, I feel like we need to kill this guy ASAP, so I'm gonna try to help kill this guy ASAP.
Bayetta.
I'ma do what I do.
15 hits.
I didn't expect that to hit.
For 19. You dig your short sword still in its back down several inches, and it roars again, much higher pitch. And 4 necrotic shoots over to hurt the other one. Very nice. Wails from the grave. Bonus action.
Alright. Actually, double checking Will to the grave. Is that a bonus action or no?
No, it just happens.
Okay. I had to double check.
I believe. .4 hits. Or 5. Ooh, nice. 5 more. Oh, you don't get your +4. That's 1 damage.
Yeah,
Oof.
add the shit damage. Alright.
Alrighty. We'll go, unless you want to move. Flank around with Eddard.
Yeah. That was the wrong one.
That would be, yeah. Alright, you flit and fly even as it turns to get you, and you are gone. Eddard. You've been granted the advantage. You also have a Bardic Inspiration.
I do, and I also had 9 HP, so I'm pouring all my lay on hands into me.
Dope.
That's me.
Alright, we'll go to Cyrus.
I will use a bonus action to cast Healing Word on Arlong at 2nd level.
Okay.
So he gets 12.
And everybody gets 8 more.
And everybody gets 8 more, so Arlong gets 20 total, and everybody else gets an additional 8. 38 plus 8 is 46. And then I will turn towards the Yeti and raise my hand to cast Poison Spray, but instead of poison, a puff of fire comes out because I'm going to use one of my sorcery points to transmute poison into fire, because if these things are resistant to cold or immune to cold, maybe they don't like fire.
Great. Which Yeti are you attacking?
The one that I'm next to.
The one that you are next to.
Dear Christ! 3 points.
Is 12 the correct save? For
Yes,
that?
because it's based on my
Oh my God.
charisma, which is not great.
It rolled an 8, actually. So
it
that
takes
is
3 fire damage.
3 fire damage, and it shrieks even louder than the one that is dying as that happens. It swats at its face as its very fine fur immediately goes up in flames. It is not like that even a little bit.
Okay, we're not skinning that one.
Is that going
and
to be you?
That's me.
Great. We'll go to this one, which did not get fired, but saw that the other one got fired and is not a fan of it. Eeny, meeny. Let's do Chilling Gaze on the one that they haven't tried Chilling Gaze on yet. Fayetta. This thing catches your form in its vision, and because you can see it, I need a con save.
Alright, let's go fail this real quick. Never mind.
Oh, nice.
A 17 will just miss. You take 18 cold damage and are paralyzed.
Alright. That's halved, right?
Yes.
Alright.
Bayetta freezes like a ice statue and drops out of the air into the soft snow. No, you're not close enough to Eddard.
Damn.
I was just thinking about that, yeah. You can repeat the save at the end of your turns. Okay. With that dealt with, we'll go for the one that just shined with magic light. Claw, Eddard. Oh, a 20 and a 31.
Oh.
I'll allow it.
Okay, do you have adamantine armor?
No.
Okay, that crit will go through then. This is a total then. Do you have resistance to cold damage, right?
Yes, let's do the first one first.
Okay. 15 slashing and reduced 4 cold. 19 total.
Hellish Rebuke, motherfucker.
Hellish Rebuke. Dex save 4 for 17 fire damage. Which does... Oh, I should have done the crit damage first in that case. Oh well, I fucked up. Okay, let's do this. I will give the second attack disadvantage then, because of the fire damage. Because it would have had that. Claw again. Okay, a 23 instead of a crit.
23 will hit.
13 slashing and 3 cold. 16 total to you after reductions. This thing does not look good at all. The burns that cover a much greater portion of this one, as it is also scorched. There's a really strange smell from it. It doesn't really smell like burnt hair. It smells almost more like cooking meat, as if these like fibers are less like hair and more like an extension of their skin.
Ooh.
Is that gonna... It's not even your turn. That's that guy. Edwin. Edwin, are you still not here? Edwin is not here. I need to bard.
Oh my God.
She's baking
I'm
beans,
barding.
bro.
I'm barding.
Nate, you never barded a day in your life.
I'm not any good at bard.
Never been a bard.
First time bard.
Well, no lesser restoration on this sheet, huh? Nothing to save Fayetta? Okay.
It's a bard.
Let's go for a hideous laughter on the less injured one to CC one of our foes.
My God.
Wisdom save for Le Yeti. 19 is going to succeed, unfortunately.
Piece of monkey shit.
If it makes you feel better, Nate, I don't have lesser restoration even prepared. So.
Damn.
Oh. She'll throw out...
That's a good spell to have.
She'll throw out another bardic to... How about this? She'll get a little bit closer and interpose between her long and the Yeti. And also say, hey, new guy! Kill that fucking thing!
I'm
bardic
working
inspiration.
on it.
Kill that
thank you.
fucking thing. Damn.
And that's Edwin. Let me mark down a bardic inspiration. Okay. This Yeti just succeeded on his save. He's gonna come at you, Cyrus. Cyrus, can I get a con save? Have you already succeeded against Chilling Gaze?
I have not been targeted by it.
Excellent. Can you please make me a con save versus Chilling Gaze?
Sure.
You get a
Ooh.
plus. And you already have used your reroll, yes?
Sure have.
Cool. And the bard
Can I
didn't give
him
you
my
their.
reroll?
You absolutely can if that's what you would like
I'll
to do.
give him my reroll.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
It's got to be better than yeah, it is. Alrighty,
Yay.
22 will save. You take no damage and are not paralyzed.
I just realized. You said this was magical.
Yes.
I would have had advantage on it anyway.
Anyway, yes.
Because I'm a Snurson.
You're a
so
snake
Mike,
person,
you
magical
still
effects.
have your once per session.
Good
I
stuff.
had advantage on this. My apologies
Cool.
for fucking that up.
No worries. That's really.
It doesn't come up that often, surprisingly, on me.
Yeah.
Not till higher level. Early level's not that much.
Right. You don't encounter a ton of spellcasters. Well, at least with what you guys are doing, like out in the wilds.
Right.
That said, you're headed toward a scary, spooky place. Ooh, magic. Okay. Seeing that you resisted his magic, he's going to scooch and scotch around. He'll claw at you once as he goes by Cyrus. A 19 to hit you.
That definitely hits.
18 slashing, 5 cold.
Ow!
23 total. And then is going to come for Brickus with advantage.
Coward.
21 to hit you, Brickus.
Yeah, that'll hit.
You are resistant to the damage, so 9 slashing, 2 cold, 11 total to you. As these things are tearing ass a little bit. Oh, wait, no, that one took fire damage.
Ooh.
Oh, shit,
Yeah.
wait, hold on. Rewind it.
I thought you
horses.
said it saved or something.
Against the Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Oh.
I should have marked the fire damage. Okay.
It's
My
rewind,
apologies.
it's
A slight retcon on my part as well. A 15 would mix Brickus. Brickus, take your
It would,
11
yes.
health back. Cyrus would a 21 would have still hit you. Okay, so you would you still keep your damage. But that is that one's turn, and now all 4 of you have all saved against or failed against a Chilling Gaze. Erlong, your first real turn.
My only real turn. We're not gonna count the Toll of the Dead. That was a panic moment after just waking up from death for a second time.
Yeah, first real turn. Let's go.
Target this boy, and I'm going big. We're not holding back. I've experienced the taste of death twice over today, and I'm not liking it. Yeah.
Oh god, a blight. Okay. Con save. A 10 will fail.
Oh.
It
So
takes-
Two necrotics.
you're whispering those, JFYI.
I keep doing that by mistake because I kept dying.
Right.
Please describe what happens to this thing as you kill it with blight.
Especially with the sheer panic, it probably shifts through the snow before hitting its feet first, and then you guys see it literally start to wither and shrink like its skin is tightening, mummifying it on the spot, before you see Erlong pulling some of its own blood back to him and just reinvigorating himself with this. Oh, that's good. I'm alive again. Thank you, everyone.
Hey, we sure he's not a vampire?
Check his teeth.
I get 12 temp HP as I kill him with a necromantic spell.
Oh,
As I will stay in position. Oh god.
Brickus.
That's for a fucking pack of wallow. Just for, because I can, for shits and giggles, I'm gonna teleport up above this man over here.
Oh my
And with
god.
my flanking, attempt to cut him in half.
In half, you say?
If I can. Because fuck this guy in particular.
Both of those definitely hit.
All right. That's a 16 and another 16.
Yeah, minimum
Alrighty.
damage on a crit is just so dissatisfying.
Do you not get any extra things on a crit as a bugbear or a barbarian yet?
That comes
I
on
believe-
level 9, I think.
Yeah,
Although
brutal
bugbear
instinct.
stuff might be active.
No, I don't have.
Oh, is that
anything
only on the
great,
first
so.
round if you hit them before they do?
That's only on the first round. It's on the round where it's before they go on their turn. Do I get surprise attack?
Got it. All right, is that going to be you then? Do you nearly bloody this thing?
That will be me.
All right,
Like,
Fayetta.
I need
Get
help.
this guy's attention.
You are paralyzed. I need a con save at the end of your turn.
Pretty much, yeah.
You are still paralyzed. I'm sorry.
I
You
grabbed
do
it
not
back.
take additional damage, but you are unable to move. Eddard.
I have this one spell always prepared for my paladin type.
Excellent. I'll give you advantage with Brickus.
It's an attack roll. It's not a save.
24 definitely hits. Or it's just 16. It's just a 16, right? Okay. You will bloody this guy with your 16 necrotic damage, as his very strong and powerful form withers from just your touch.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. All right, we'll go to Cyrus.
Seeing Arlong have success with Blight, you see a bunch of dark energy around Cyrus coalesce, and he reaches out a hand and blasts the Yeti with Blight.
On save. Critical failure. Full 40 blight pumped into this creature. It is alive.
That's a sexy roll.
That's awesome. It does not die, but it does fall down to a knee as one of its arms withers and almost dies while still attached to its body. Even its teeth seem like they're yellowing and beginning to fall out of its mouth.
There's not much else that I can do because I guess bonus action, I'll move the beacon or the totem over there.
Okay.
I think it's still within it's still within 30 feet of everybody, but it gives folks a little bit more wiggle room.
Dope.
Wiggle room.
Yeah, because I can't cast Healing Word because that's a spell.
Okay. If you're good where you are, we'll go to Edwin. Edwin, are you back?
Yes.
Go. What you want to do?
Alright.
Last turn you attempted to Tasha's one of the
It did
Yetis
not
and
work.
failed, but
Yeah.
you did Bardic, I guess.
Let's see. I am just gonna try and damage him. So we're gonna go for a lance on the Yeti boy.
Ooh, Psychic Lance. Okay.
And hopefully we hit him.
An 8 on the intelligence save.
Alright, 29. Psychic.
What does that look like?
She just sort of stands there and sort of widens her legs and she's like, alright, we're gonna try this one again. And just focuses her mind on linking her mind as much as she can with the Yeti. And the second she feels a connection, it's almost some invisible sort of invisible energy builds up in front of her and just pierces straight through its head.
Fuck yeah. It drops to the ground, and a few seconds later, Fayetta, the paralysis on your limbs drops, and you are able to move around freely.
While we still have the totem up, I will cast a healing word on Fayetta at second level. Oh god. So Fayetta, you get 16. Everybody else gets 8.
Brief BRB. My pizza is downstairs.
You did.
Go for it.
Alright.
Burke is
Yay.
breathing heavily, going, look,
Hey.
like I said, tougher, more dangerous.
We got this. Okay.
Hey, if you're wondering, I'm still bloodied.
Uh,
I think we take a short rest.
yeah.
Yeah,
we
that'd
could do-
probably
we
a good
could
idea.
do Rest.
Just a patch up.
We
Oh,
can cook up some Yeti.
Good.
that one's
I
in.
mean,
I get out my
they have been
carving
cooked.
knife. My
They have
big
been cooked.
carving knife.
I flop over.
Dude, any of you spell slinging types need a pick me up?
Yeah, I can take one because I've got a slot open no matter what you roll.
Alright,
That should
I
be
will.
okay.
I'll walk over, put a hand on your shoulder, and attempt to jolt you with a spell slot for a second level.
I'll take it too.
I can just run this way.
Alright, I'll
Just don't
hold
touch
out my
the
hand.
purple
So,
part.
yeah, I hold out my hand so you can touch it with your glove.
Yeah. Little,
And you get
little gricky glove.
third level.
Ooh. We're juicing.
Well,
And then I got one left before we do a long rest if anyone wants it.
I think you
That's
can do
fair.
each person that has spells once per short rest.
No, but I only have so many charges. I can only
No,
do
that doesn't have charges. I thought it was you can do each person, either give them a spell slot back or give them the slightly less awesome.
I can take this. I can only do this a number of times equal to my proficiency bonus. I can only charge people with the spell slot once per short rest, but I only have up to my proficiency bonus for that.
all right.
So I have one more use.
Oh, look at that.
I got a tinderbox.
Oh, I guess when I was in a game with a wild magic barbarian,
Yeah, more proficiency bonus.
we only had enough. We had enough. The number of spellcasters was kind of equal to his proficiency bonus, so
Mm-hmm.
it didn't come. That didn't come up.
Yeah. The caveat is I can only give spells to a person once per long rest, so I can't like dump them
Right.
all on you. But
Yeah.
I have up to 3 at the moment, so anyone
I got
else needs a spell
spell
slot back. Would you like
Oh, yeah.
to try to recharge a spell slot?
Yeah. Don't give me a third level. Or is it a roll?
Well,
Oh, you can,
I can-
you can downgrade it. So if you get a third, it can be a third, second, or first.
Yeah, but I've only used 2 first levels. That's why. Oh, excuse me. I'll take one though, as I'm cooking up some Yeti.
Alright, for my last one, you get. Oh, there you go. You only got a first level
One.
spell slot anyway. So yeah, expect plenty more dangerous, starving, hungry things out on the road like them trying to eat us.
Alright. Oh yeah.
On top of the
I-
weather.
Oh yeah. I got a couple of things, and just like, are you carrying any health potions on you, Brickus?
I do not believe so. Not at the moment.
All right. Fayetta goes into her pack and pulls out 3 bottles of
Oh.
orange potion.
Did you
Alright.
roll any hit dice? Because we're doing a short rest.
I did not.
I haven't yet.
And also, was Edelwyn, were you going to do Song of Rest, or
Yeah, it should. I didn't.
What- what's your Song of Rest?
Ooh,
No, I believe it's a D6 at this level.
I do
Actually, didn't. How do you use hit dice for multiple?
You click the short rest button and then tell it the number of dice you want, or you just roll hit dice and just subtract the number.
Hey.
And everybody gets an additional 2 total added for the Song of Rest.
Isn't it 1d6 for the Song of Rest?
Yeah, Cyrus rolled a 2. It's not 1d6 per hit die. It's 1d6 if you spend at least 1 hit die.
Right, but I figured we'd all roll our own d6.
That's fine. If you guys want to roll your own, that's fine.
I'd rather try to get more than 2.
Okay.
If I can.
You're welcome to.
Is it a d6 per?
No. You get 1d6 extra hit dice. There you go, Briggs.
Yeah, that's more than a 2.
What is that? It's 19, 26, 31. Well, I'm topped off.
That's a nice one.
And with that brings me exactly to max health. Not a hit dice wasted.
Alright, and you guys set up camp basically just here at the foot of the mountains.
Yeah, we're just taking a short rest.
Dope.
Weird.
Yeah, no, I pulled some wood up, got a fire started, I'm cooking Yeti meat.
Okay, not skinning.
Not skinning.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Yeti meat, I would imagine it's probably pretty much like moose or bear. Like, large fauna. Very rich in flavor, much more so than, like, beef or anything like that. Incredibly high in, like, protein and iron. Much so that even though you cook most of the blood out of it, it still tastes very bloody.
Look, Cyrus. Circle of life.
Cyrus vacates his existence.
Eat or be eaten.
I didn't even realize he stepped away.
I did type BRB. I'll spin my hit dice real quick.
Here, Arlong. Eat this.
Okay.
Jesus, I pulled my hand away real quick. Jesus Christ.
That's that. People don't realize how big my mouth is. We got a Song of Rest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. I feel much better. I'm sorry for becoming popsicle.
I didn't go down, but I got really, really fucking close.
I thought if I get in the card.
Because are you breaking out some of your vegetarian rations? Little lunch snack.
Yeah, I'm munching on whatever dried fruits and nuts that I have brought along with me.
I pull out cockroaches.
I think you mean bacon.
Moving back to my place of the fire.
Is that like bugs? They're really good. Oh.
I just gave you Yeti.
That was really good. Sure going, fella.
All this talk of food's making me hungry. I will step away. I will follow the party if we move.
Frog's eating fucking bugs.
You weren't talking about food, you're talking about bugs.
Okay. What, if anything, are other things you guys would like to do on the short rest?
Savor the Yeti.
I mean, did we cook both Yetis?
I mean, probably not.
Can I get
That's
some?
that's a lot of food.
Can I get some pieces of fur off of the one that's not burnt to a crisp?
Yeah, how much are you looking for?
Maybe just enough to like pad some places that feel a little bit colder.
Sure. Like longer, thin strips.
Yeah.
Like
or
wind through your clothing and stuff like that.
Yeah, just like create a little bit more insulation, if anything. What do you want to call that?
Give me a survival.
Let's see if I'm good at cutting. I don't do good.
You do not do good. You make quite a bit of a mess, and you don't get much usable fur except kind of in bloody clumps.
Well, I tried. I threw it on the floor. I think just sit around the fire and try not to freeze to death for now.
Yeah, just taking a breather. And
Brickus, to answer your question, these are 1d4 plus 1, but they also grant +1 to dex, strength, and con saves and checks for a minute.
oh,
And sometimes have random effects. Most of the time. All the time.
right. I'll have to write that down tomorrow. Is that written down somewhere?
I have
or-
it. If you go, hey, what are the unstable healing potions? I will know what you mean.
Okay.
So if you just call them unstable potions, or remember that they're like yellow.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking orange, but yellow works.
Yeah, yellowy orange. Yeah, I mean, it's sort of almost golden in color. Is the way I think I first described it.
It's the ambrosia of the gods.
Rickers will chuckle like, yeah, my life ain't random enough. All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I would have given it to you earlier, but I forgot. Sorry about that.
That's fine.
How many of
I
those are
ain't
still
dead
with
yet.
the party, actually?
I have quite a few.
You've got
I'm
quite a
cu-
few.
I'm carrying 17 more.
Jeez.
Oh God.
Bag
What's
of
going on?
holding.
We're talking about the unstable healing potions that you guys have. Fayeda gave some to Brickus, and I was just asking how many are left. Or Long, how many do you have? I just want to track these down.
Let me slide into my inventory real quick. Everything's so goddamn small. I only have 4.
Oh, okay.
I was quite modest with my taking.
Right, yeah, Fayeda was the one that grabbed one of the crates. And just chucked it in there. Dope, okay. Your short rest will conclude. Edwin washes her hands in the snow. Those of you that are meatitarians enjoy some Yeti, supplementing your normal midday meal, drinking water melted from the snow, or Long's hat, and eventually finish your rest with your wounds bandaged and your strength as recovered as you can. You once again look up the path into the winding the path that winds up into the mountains, heavily doubled over by snow.
It's safe to assume that y'all still want to take the quick but dangerous route.
I feel confident in it though, even if I did witness that place.
Stare
I-
at little 1,000-yard frog stare.
I expect that we took the long route. We'll get ambushed by a second pair of Yetis.
This is less likely. We'll be closer to town, so they don't tend to get too close over there, but
Or a random
danger's always a
arrow.
possibility wherever you go.
I have faith.
Alright, let's get moving then.
I walk paranoid. Sorry.
No. You all form up and begin trekking up the mountain. As you continue up, you find that the farther towards the sky and west you walk, the thicker the storm seems to become again, as if you're walking back up into it. Is there anybody that does not either have cold weather clothing or a ring of warmth at this point? Dope. That's very good for you.
Yeah, we've all prepped.
Were you say something, Mike?
No, I think we're all good.
Okay. With your guide and your snowshoes and your chutzpah, you are able to journey 15 miles further on this day, traveling at a fast pace. However, the farther up you go, the barer and narrower the path becomes, and the less shelter there is. And as the dim light of the day begins to fade away into the true darkness of night, you guys find yourself on a very bare ledge before a path that seems to continue up. It doesn't quite go all the way to the summit of this mountain, but goes near enough to it that you are only about 40 or 50 feet like lower in elevation than the absolute top of the mountain. So you still have a ways to go up, and looking back, the path is not much more than a trail of natural worn dirt and stone, and now quite a bit of snow along the side of the mountain. The ledge you're on is probably 8 or 9 feet wide at its widest points. You wouldn't want to take like a horse or a cart up here.
Mm-mm.
Oh, luckily we do not have such things.
But we could pulls out horse from.
Oh my god.
That would be the most fucked up thing. Pull a horse out from the rubies while I'm slap it on the mountain, just watch it fly down the mountain.
Do I know how far the thin path goes ahead, or is it just going to be consistently thin for a while? Like
Let's see. You know that you have about another 10 miles ahead of you, at least until you cross over the top of the mountain. And hopefully after that you can expect the path to widen out again on the way down. But
what if we went more direct?
Flying again?
Yeah.
Flying, you would be able to nearly reach the top of the summit. It's still, like, the overland distance is still going to be more than the 6 miles that you can cover in an hour with your owls. But you might have some better chance. That would be pushing it close to the like forced march, where you guys would not need to start making saves, as you guys did wake up and fly and then march at a fast pace all day, and then now would be continuing another hour past that into the darkness. So you guys are pretty tired from hiking up a mountain all day. So you could press on, and that's absolutely a thing, and there are mechanics for that, but I just want to warn you that you guys are feeling that your reserves are starting to get a little bit depleted.
Let's recharge and then do this in the morning. We'll have plenty of time.
Are there any caves along here that we could duck into or anything like that?
Haven't passed very many that would be large enough for you guys to get into. Though you can see, even as the darkness is beginning to descend, up above the ridge of the mountain that you're currently climbing, you can see the tall, bright white plume of mist and smoke that comes out of the open top of the mountain that is your destination.
It's a volcano. Alright, well, if we can at least find somewhere camp safely before we have to start walking across the ledge, that'd probably be best. Even if it's not in a cave.
Alright, I don't know. Let's put down the tiny hut again. Be prepared for another briskquake.
Assuming there's a spot big enough for it.
That's true.
Well, we haven't gone on the sorry.
I was gonna say, like, should we roll survival to see if we can find anything that's actually suitable at all, or because you said that a lot of the land is flat, so I guess.
Yeah, we haven't gone on the short ledge yet, so presumably we still have room around us.
No, that's kind of where you guys find yourself. You've been walking on this narrow
we're on the
path up
ledge.
the
Okay.
whole way, and it has kind of widened out to form a little bit of a ledge here that would allow you guys to stand next to each other without being worried about falling over the edge, which has been the case several times on your way up. You guys have been single file most of this journey up the second half.
So
of this
essentially,
day.
this ledge is where we would be camping then.
This is the first spot that you've seen, so you have the opportunity as night's falling to continue to press on. You have the option to keep walking, or take the eagles and keep flying and try and find a better spot, or you could stop here. This is the first reasonable place you found, but it's exposed and it's actually not even big enough for a full dome to appear, I believe.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, it's got to be.
It's 10 feet. So what happens if the dome doesn't have a bottom on one part of it?
It won't form.
Yeah.
Okay. So you wouldn't. So currently you're unable. So that's the decision you're faced with. You don't have enough room to do your tiny hut. You could press on, but night is basically falling right now.
How we feeling? Look for a spot. Let's just hunker down here.
Yeah, I mean, we couldn't always hunker down without the fancy the hot snacks, but we could always just hunker down normally and not risk traveling on the ledge in the dark.
Okay.
I begin to set up my tent.
Okay.
I was thinking of scouting ahead a little bit, since I can fly. But all right.
I start setting up my bucket towards the back where all the heat will go.
Right.
How comfortable is
like-
the snow with the ring of worms?
What do you mean?
Just laying down on the snow itself instead of just having a bed.
So you can still feel the cold, like I described. Like you feel it against your skin, so it's not necessarily like comfortable, but it doesn't leach heat away from your body.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure, like, if it was comfortable, not like sleeping on the cloud or something.
Not quite. No, I mean you still feel the snow, and I mean snow is nice to lay on, but it does. I mean it's like holding ice again in your hand. It's quite cold against your skin, so you don't suffer any ill effects.
Back to the bedroll.
Could I use my rope to set up like a makeshift fence to make sure in the dark of night no one accidentally like stumbles over the ledge?
Sure. What would you do?
I have my rope, which I'm setting up, and then I also have a climber's kit with pins and stuff, so just kind of setting up a line of rope to mark where it would be safe to stay within.
Okay, so like
kind of help provide a, like, it's not an impenetrable wall, it's just a marker to help people be aware of, hey, don't go past this line, there's death after.
like a foot away from the edge or something, low
Yeah.
enough that like if
Mhm.
somebody's rolling around in their sleep, it would stop them.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
More
And
like
also a great
safety
tripping
one.
tool to push somebody over. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
If anyone tries to sneak up on us, yeah.
Perfect.
Somebody follows our tracks like years later and they trip over this one rope we left behind.
Okay.
I'll be sure to pick it up in the morning.
The storm is still raging around you. The wind is strong, but it's not like picking you up and throwing you off the mountain. Your tents are rippling, but you're having not much more trouble than usual setting them up. Though the ground does collect a fine layer of snow powder, it doesn't accrue too high as the top layers keep getting blown off and farther down the mountain. It does make starting a fire somewhat difficult, as there is very little foliage or greenery up this high on the mountain. You've passed like the point where it becomes bare towards the top. Most of the fungi and grasses are underneath the thick layer of snow.
Oh, that was a misclick. Never mind.
Cyrus is taking a turn to create his own color snow. He makes green snow.
Purple
Tasty.
and green.
So yeah, it is a cold dinner tonight for y'all. As you huddle around. How many tents are there?
I have one. I
one.
bought one. Yep.
And that's you and Arlong are in that tent.
Yep.
With his bucket.
And
Okay.
which I heated up a little bit, so it's like shared hot water bottle.
Sure. You can't do that very often, and it will chill throughout the night, but it's nice when you go into it for it to not be awfully cold.
It's a good starter.
Yeah. Okay. Eddard has a tent. Eddard, do you offer to share your tent with anyone to help the elements, protect them from the elements?
I look. Who looks cold?
I'm shivering, freezing.
Who, beyond any chronic liars in our party, look cold?
Damn!
You don't even know that I'm a chronic liar.
Fayetta is as a person from your organization, I feel like Eddard would have the best. That would be the base assumption, I think. Especially seeing how Layla and you were. Anyway.
Probably heard some stories.
Hey, Milkman.
Alright. Yeah, I got a name, yeah.
Do you, are you cold?
Oh. I mean, unless someone else is colder, I can sleep in the snow. Wouldn't be the first time, but got a space, I'll take it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright.
You're on the left.
Poor.
Either fine with me.
I'll go back in my tent.
It's a good thing I already have a tent. I knew it was gonna happen to me, so I bought one anyway.
Apologies for running away. There was a very loud crashing sound in the other room.
Oh
It
no.
wasn't hockey.
Before we go to bed, so that people don't have to use rations, I will cast Goodberry
Oh!
Nice.
and
Nice.
hand out a berry to each person.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
That's a...
I'll munch on a berry.
No.
I'm
No.
now at full health.
delicious. I haven't had this.
Alright. Yeah, you guys all rest up. I'll take a first watch. Not that I suspect there'll be much sneaking up on us, but if any wild animals get hungry, they might try sniffing for us.
I'll click first again.
I'll do second.
I apologize. I did run away in the middle of it. What was the final tent situation?
I and Cyrus, Burkus, and Eddard.
Eddard.
Oh, okay.
And me solo in my own tent right now.
But you do have a tent.
Yeah, I do have one.
Oh, okay. And Fayetta has a ring of
I
warmth
wasn't-
and is
I
free
wasn't
to.
crazy enough to not bring one.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. And do you
Yeah,
want to
just-
double up with Fayetta, or?
Yeah, why not?
Yep.
got
I don't
more
mind
than
that
enough
either.
space. I got more than enough space, so.
Perfect. Okay. Continue the watch conversation. My apologies.
I think we got a first, second, and third watch. If anyone wants to take a fourth.
I'm taking the fourth.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said third. My bad.
No,
We have a. If anyone wants to take a third watch, then.
I like watching the sunrise.
I can take third watch. And
Sunrise is nice. Alright.
I could take the remainder watch. I mean,
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine there's much else for us to do in the freezing cold, so I assume we try to sleep as soon as possible, and I'll take my first watch. Unless there's anything else we're doing.
No, but
Bucket of-
I do gotta get going. I'm dying here in the chair. I gotta
Oh
go
no.
bed.
Oh no,
Lay down, feel better.
sweet
Yes. I think first of all, I'm not even gonna lay down. I have to get up out of the chair again.
Okay. I'll see you tomorrow for emotional trauma.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
have a good.
Bye. Have a good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Okay, Brickus, can I get a perception check from you?
Never. That's a 14.
Okay. The storm is pretty thick and it's hard to see, but you are in pretty rarefied air. Only things that are very hardy in the cold, like those Yetis you encountered, would be able to chase you up here. You feel fairly safe due to that fact. You don't see anything, but nearing the end of your watch, you do hear a distant rumble of thunder.
Ew. Do I think we're at risk of being caught in an avalanche or something? If
Not
they're just,
at
like,
not right now.
rowdy.
It's very far in the distance. You barely catch it with your 14.
All right.
You also don't see lightning, which also leads you to believe that it's fairly far away.
All right. Well, if that's at the end of my watch, I'll go wake up Cyrus and let him know to keep an ear out for that storm. Make sure it's not getting closer.
Noted. Thank you.
No problem. And I'll go to sleep.
Okay. Shit. All right. I will summon Blinks for this watch and next watch.
Nope.
And then what if I were to wild shape myself into like a giant eagle to fly around and essentially take my watch in the sky? Would that pull me out of a rest where I would have to start over?
I think if you do anything more strenuous than like the equivalent of just patrolling as any animal form, then yes. But if all you're gonna do is just fly around, then I think that's fine.
Yeah, I'm just talking patrolling, looking for
Yeah.
stuff that could head our way.
I don't have any problem with wild shape. It's so integral to druids that I feel like having it be something that pulls you out of your long rest is would be such a limiter for them.
Okay.
That I don't wanna do that.
All right.
The long rest rules are so vague anyway. It's like, what breaks it really?
So a giant eagle has keen sight, and so I would have advantage on my perception check.
But you still use your stats because it's a mental ability, right?
Yeah, and they're better anyway. So.
Okay.
So I will pull up Blinks. Do you want separate or like a perception check from Blinks and one from me, or just one from me for both of us?
I mean, you're using resources to summon Blinks. That's fine for me. You get to add him to you. It's like having a familiar or like a steel defender or something. I would allow it.
Okay. All right, then here is Blinks. And here is me in eagle form.
Okay. As you and Blinks fly up, how far away from this little shelf are you willing to go? Are you going like up into the clouds, flying up into the storm, or are you mostly like sticking along the path?
No, not into the storm. Mostly over the path, making sure there's no like rock slides or something that's gonna impede us tomorrow. I realize, something could happen between now and later, but at least checking the pathway to make sure it's clear, and also that there's nothing coming for us that might cause issues.
Okay. With a 20 and a 22, you do see something very, very large near the top of the mountain. It's a little bit difficult to make out its form due to the heavy, heavy snow. But if you would like to roll me a nature check, you can attempt to do so. You aren't really sure what you're looking at. It's a long, sort of coiled up form. You can see what looks like maybe spines or horns. Spines look like to be a bluish color. The horns that sort of form like a line down what you assume is the back of this creature are more like orange and red. But you have no idea what this thing is. It's coiled near the peak of the mountaintop, maybe like 10 or 20 feet, or maybe about 5 or 10 feet just below it, to the east side of the peak. And this thing is probably 30 feet long.
Does it look like it has wings, or it's just snake-like?
It's almost insectoid.
Okay. Alright, well, noted. That's a problem for future Cyrus. Past Cyrus is going to just head back to camp.
Okay. You make your way back. You wake up the next person.
Yeah, since I'm a large beast, I will come out of flight form. And I think it was Fayetta was next, so wake her up and then head into sleep, and I'll let her know that Brickus is out there patrolling with her, and that there's some weird Blinks. Sorry, I looked at Mike's character name there at the bottom of the screen.
I'm sleepwalking.
So I'll let her know Blinks is patrolling, and go from there.
Alright. With that knowledge, I'm going to just get up slowly. Not poke around with the tool. Not this time, it's not nearly as safe as the last few times. As she just sits out for a bit.
Okay. Give me a perception, and Blinks, give me a perception as well.
Do I need to make a disadvantage?
No, you are not being obscured by the storm at this point. It is pretty heavy, but it's not like crazy snow. It's mostly just the clouds above you thickening. And as you're thinking about that, you hear a crackle of thunder. With your 25, you can tell that it's about a dozen miles away. The real heart of it, wherever that lightning struck. And you look in that direction, you can see that the clouds are even thicker and even darker over there than they are here.
I bet it's a storm elemental. She mumbles that as she just looks over there.
You're thinking that, and it's almost like for a moment you can see the storm swirl, but the swirling just continues. It doesn't seem to form like a shape or anything, but it's something that keeps your focus for probably much of your watch. And it is sweeping in this direction. By the time your watch is over, it's probably gotten 2 miles closer.
She sighs, and she gives a loud sigh before she just like use her short sword to poke. Like, with the Arlong's next? Yes.
Yes, Erlong did just BRB, but I can roll perception for them.
Alright. Just like tap the side of the bucket as she rolls over to her bedroll.
Erlong will get up. They will roll over to the edge, and bundled all the way up, get a sit and a perception check going as the owl poofs into non-existence. Oh dear. Erlong is having an incredibly hard time. Normally one to wait up and watch the sunrise. He is near frozen, shattering with cold despite his cold weather clothes, and is having quite a bit of difficulty staying focused on his watch with all of the swirling snow and ice. However, you are thankfully not savaged in the nighttime by anything horrible, and morning does come, with heralded by the clicking and ticking of the device from Feda's tent. Morning will arrive. You all get the benefits of a long rest.
Yay, we're not dead yet.
Morning comes, and it is a bit brighter than yesterday, but you can all see that it is merely a gap in the clouds above you, as the thick roiling storm clouds are less than 10 miles away from you. And Cyrus can tell everybody about the scary thing he saw.
Nice.
Yeah, so it looked like long, but may also be some kind of like bug thing. Not entirely sure, but definitely could cause us some consternation later.
Nate, as someone who presumably been on the mountain before, does that sound familiar to me?
You can absolutely roll in nature.
Oh no. Okay.
I'll give you advantage because this is your shit. You studied on this.
Okay.
Yeah. You know that these mountains teem with monstrosities. It has always been a place of danger and monsters. There are few things as scary in the frozen north, especially on a mountain, than the Remoraz. A huge monstrosity, long and fanged with more than 20 legs. This thing burrows through snow, ice, and dirt to erupt from underground and attack unsuspecting victims. They are known to swallow people whole, including bugbears.
Yes, that's not great. I'll let them know based on the description what it sounds like and what I know of them, and just go. Should be particularly careful of our footing as we go forward, because they'll get you.
I float higher.
Especially bugbears.
Oh yeah, I had a question, but I forgot to ask it. Was that 25 perception I had before? Could I tell if that storm was heading straight towards us or no?
It's sort of, you guys are near the center of these four mountains, so it's sort of being drawn either by, I mean, as far as you can tell, the wind is blowing it this way. It does sort of seem to be heading towards the point between all four mountains, but it's hard to tell as the storm is very, very large.
Right. Just wanted to make sure.
Mm.
I'm paranoid.
To punctuate that, a rippling crack of thunder can be heard about 9 miles away as you guys are finishing. Oh, well, you don't have to eat because you good buried. You won't have to eat until tonight.
Yeah.
People are breaking down tents.
Yep.
People are putting on snowshoes. Other morning preparation. I don't know. I don't want to be like, you guys get up and leave.
I'm
It's
gonna
even
walk
a
over.
reasonable hour.
I'm gonna go walk over to. Well, she's not here at the moment anymore, but it was to. Crap, my head.
Elwyn.
Yep. And I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna bet her 10 gold that's gonna be a fucking storm giant elemental again.
Can't really bet her if she's not here to take the bet.
Yeah, I know. That was my first thought to do it too, but
You could try DMing them, see if they're still up in Discord.
Bet money.
Hey, would Edelwyn bet 10 gold on this? Yes or no?
Anything else? Morning things besides putting your shit away?
Mage armor.
Mage armor.
Selecting my rope and pythons I used for the makeshift fence.
Good catch.
Oh yeah, I ain't leave that shit
What's
behind.
good, girl?
Okay. Anything else? Just any other discussions about the Remoraz near the peak of the mountain?
Knowing that's what it is, may I roll to know stuff?
Sure. Now that you know what it is, give me a nature.
Even worse.
I will say Brickus did roll well, so I'll say, how about this? I'll answer 3 questions from you, Brickus, about the Remoraz.
From me?
Yeah, because you rolled well on knowing what it was.
Alright. Is it, with my experience, am I able to tell, like, an area where a Remoraz is poached and ready to strike, if they are known to strike from the ground? Is there, like, any noticeable tells of that there's a Remoraz buried here?
No, they can very easily tunnel through the earth far enough below the surface that they can leave no sign, but you do know that they don't have, like, unlimited range. They can only sense you if they're close enough to you through the ground.
So if you're stealthing, don't fart too hard.
Alright. Do I know if they're vulnerable to anything?
No, but you do know that both cold and fire are ineffective against them.
Ooh.
I will definitely let the group know that. Cold and fire are out. Alright, final question. What's a good final question?
What's your
Are
favorite
they-
book?
Are they primarily at the top of the mountain, or can they be anywhere on the mountain?
They're intensely territorial, as they hunt almost all non-monstrous game in their area. So if one is at the top of the mountain, it probably has claimed a large swath of the upper portion of this mountain as its domain.
Alright. So, I don't know how far up the mountain your vampires are, but hopefully if that's the only Remoraz in the immediate area and we stay away from its territory, we should hopefully be able. But try to be stealthy and quiet so that if we're walking, it may not hear you. But that's more of a luck of the draw, depending on how things go.
Huh? I mean, we'd fly over?
But that's up to Cyrus if he wants to do.
Yeah, I'm down to fly. I think that's a smart call.
All right.
Not dealing with the fucker who tunnels is a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll wild shape to not be one of the things that have to fly, or not be one of the conjured animals.
Not be one of the writers.
Right.
Hopefully, an hour of travel will take us out of his territory,
Hmm.
or past it, if we're not in it yet.
And that way we don't disturb what's going on here. Yeah. Natural creatures.
Okay. 6 miles up the mountain will bring you that much further. You are nearing the point. You're about a mile away from the point where you'll cross over and start heading down this mountain and towards White Plume itself. You are still a good distance away from the peak of the mountain, but as you all mentioned, progressing stealthily as you land. I'm gonna have everybody give me a stealth check, party stealth check, and I'll wave Edwin for this.
That's right. Stick around for
Roll
the
again.
Swing.
Do I need to roll again?
No, I'll keep your 13.
Oh no.
Damn.
Oh yes.
Oh, we're so stealthy.
I'm gonna use my reroll for the day on that.
Okay.
8. Okay, we have a roof. 18.
Well, actually, Veda, your
What?
stealth was not for this. That was for something else, right?
I rolled for stealth the exact moment that it was mentioned that we should probably be stealthy. That was the exact moment I rolled.
All right, so I'll have you reroll again because I didn't call for the check at that point,
All right.
and I still need Cyrus.
There you go.
Okay, with a higher average, thankfully, you continue forward. However, in the hour that has elapsed as you traveled, the storm has grown far closer. And Feda, your suspicions are confirmed correct as this thing seems to sweep past the central area of the Four Mountains and towards the peak that you guys are on your way away from at this moment. As you are starting down the mountain, the cracking of thunder gets louder and longer and closer until each boom seems to feel like it shakes the teeth in your head. Cyrus, your fear about avalanches stays with you as you journey down, heading towards midday as the storm thickens in intensity above you all. And then, Fayetta, with the highest passive perception in the group by quite a bit, spies something that I don't think they even recognize. Fayetta, have you ever seen a storm giant before?
We saw the storm giant skeleton fuckers.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
But not
Storm
an actual
giants
storm
fucking
giant.
skeletons?
No, the storm giant elementals that were raised by the fucking vampires would be a pain in the ass. The thing they fought on the ocean, and before we got our ass kicked about them for a little bit, and then the guy flew in and kicked our ass.
You hear a especially loud crack and watch as an eye-watering bolt of lightning extends outwards from one of the hands of these creatures to strike the snow near the summit of the mountain. And you hear a loud scream like the tearing of metal. And though you have escaped the Remoraz's wrath, this storm giant's attempt to capture the creature has set off a chain reaction, and an avalanche begins to build behind you. Feda, you're the first to see and hear this, and as you turn, what is your warning to the party?
Avalanche.
You all turn your head to see this. We're going to go into a skill challenge for you all to avoid the avalanche.
Oh no.
Please roll an initiative. Avalanche music.
Oh no. It's time to have a skill issue.
Nah, my legs, they broke. They snapped right off.
Immediate nat one.
At least,
Shit.
at least they're frozen and they'll be well preserved, so we can eat them later. Oh, oh.
All right, y'all are level 8. This is going to be a DC 18 skill challenge. You are all going to get 1 independent reroll. We need 5 successes before we get 3 failures. Don't fail.
Easy
That would be
peasy.
very bad for this one.
Easy peasy.
Bayetta, you are up first. You saw the avalanche and are the first to react as you warn the others. What would you like to do? How are you going to help yourself and everyone out of this predicament?
I'm looking for where the avalanche is least and heading and showing pointing that way out for everybody else to follow in.
Excellent.
Like the weakest part of the avalanche.
Sure, and where natural obstacles will push it so that you can run to avoid it. Absolutely. Perception check, please. Very nice. You spy a crevasse about 150 feet to the south of you. If you guys can get into that and behind it, the snow should be directed through it and past you. You now have a goal. Everybody starts running pell-mell down the mountain. That's 1 success. Brickus.
Alright, I would like to use my bulk and strength to carve a path, so where Fayetta pointed out, I like to just charge ahead and use my athletics to clear out as much loose snow and debris as possible, make the clearest path possible.
Okay. I'm down. Give me an athletics.
Maybe I will. That's a...
17 is not going to do it.
We have a free reroll, right?
Yes, for this skill challenge, yes.
Never mind.
Okay, Brickus, you go charging forward, but the snow is so thick ahead of you, and as you're running, the snow ahead of you starts to begin to fall down the mountain as you're shoving it, almost starting the avalanche where you guys are running, as the massive wall of snow behind you grows closer as it falls down the mountain at a prodigious rate.
Okay.
We're gonna go to Cyrus. We're at 1 success, 1 failure.
I'm still a bird.
Sure.
Right, because I didn't say that I would morph out. Can I use I was originally gonna say, can I like pick up one of my compatriots to like take them out of harm's way, but that only gets 1 person out of the way.
You could save a person from making a fatal error, perhaps.
Yeah, can I use survival to kind of track the best way to that point that Fayetta discovered?
Find the safest and most stable route so that Brickus doesn't keep starting mini avalanches. Perfect, I love that.
I'll re-roll.
Oh dear. That is gonna be our 2nd fail. Here we go. You are flying, but it is so hard to keep ahead of the party as they are all running and dashing down the mountain, falling and tripping through the snow. It's so difficult to tell since all of it's beginning to move and shift. This is not good. Cyrus, you look back, and though you're a bird, unless you take the next, rest of your time to just fly out of the path of this, and not help your party, you probably are going to get caught in this too. It's that tall. It's huge. We'll go to Eddard. Come on, Eddard.
I just need everybody to see something real quick.
Yes.
Where's the Nexus chat? There it is. Go ahead and look at my skills and see what the fuck I'm gonna do. Nothing. I can't do anything. You already used athletics.
Religion to pray.
I'm a fucking oath breaker.
Well, why do you have a religion prepared?
It's by default. I didn't choose it.
All
right. I'm going to
investigate.
take the shield from my back, kick it in front of me, jump on it, and I'm gonna ride it like a snowboard for a performance.
Performance? Okay. Fuck yeah. Come on, nat 20. Oh.
You gotta reroll.
I do gotta reroll.
We need our last phase.
Eddard,
Okay,
you
there we
jump
go.
on and it's wobbly starting you woo, but then you skate forward ahead of the rest of the party. We're at 2 and 2. Oh god.
No pressure.
Here I thought I was gonna make this one too easy by only making you need 5. Uh-oh. Erlong!
Nah, I quickly think, what can I do to survive this? I started investigating the area for spots that look like they would be best if I tucked into my bucket. Would be like the best cover so it doesn't get crushed and I can survive.
Okay, I'll allow it. Oh, my skin is crawling. I'm so anxious. Oh god, okay. Erlong, you see a particular nook just past the crevasse that Feyada pointed out. If you get there and you tuck into the bucket, even if you get swept down, you should be safe.
I get the bucket ready. I get Misty Step ready.
All right, we're at 3 and 2. Feyada, our rogue with expertise.
Yep. Alright. I don't think I have a good one for this one.
Well, it's a fresh round, baby. Use it.
Yeah. I don't think I use medicine for anything.
Acrobatics to dodge the snow.
Yeah. I guess I could use acrobatics. Alright. You just said it. Fieta would Fieta would dart around, trying to dodge as much as the snow as she can to make sure, and also to avoid making a snowball with her own face.
Absolutely. Fly ahead and through all the trees and away from the giant blocks of snow that are beginning to rain down ahead and near you, as the wall of snow behind you is probably only a few hundred feet away at this point. That is a success. You corkscrew through the air, whip by a few branches, and narrowly dodge a tree as a huge ball of ice flies by your head as if thrown by the mountain itself. You guys are nearly at the fucking the pass itself. A few more seconds and you can do it, but it's do or die time. Bricketh, we're at 4 and 2, baby.
That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, if you fuck this up, we're dead. It's all on you.
Yeah, gee, yeah, thanks. I remember.
Don't kill us.
All right. Are we allowed to reuse skills we used last turn?
You can reuse skills, but it's disadvantage.
All right. Well, I would like to rage and perform athletics again, so it'll come out to normal.
Yeah, Brickers, you're like trudging through the snow, it's holding you up, and it's pissing you the fuck off, and you just need to get there. And you rage and start tearing through the snow. Give me an athletics. Normal.
Oh, wait, would my wild magic fuck this up?
Yeah, let's see if you get a wild magic. I'll either give you a bonus or a negative for the wild magic since you're raging.
Okay. All right, let's see. Roll d10. That's a 6. On a 6, until my rage ends, I am surrounded by multicolored protective lights and getting a +1 bonus to AC. As does everyone within 10 feet of me.
I'll give you a +1 to your athletics because of that. You're protected from the ice and stone. You don't have to worry as much as you're charging through this.
All right. Here goes nothing.
Come on, baby. Big money. No whammies! Brick, as you charge through, shoving a huge boulder out of your way with a snarl as you run, your long arm snagging the wall, and you swing around the side. The rest of the group runs down the passage that you've just carved, and a gigantic torrent of snow comes slamming through, passing by you with enough force that the wind is pulling at your clothing and armor, and the snow shoots over you in a massive wave, and for a moment you guys are underneath a cavalcade of snow that is shooting over your head, and this goes on for several minutes as it rumbles and builds. Eventually you can hear that the avalanche has passed further down the mountain, and you are able to take a few moments and dig out the snow above the alcove that you guys have found yourself in. It's not too difficult. There's only a couple feet above that point, so you can just dig up through the snow, creating natural stairs. And as you surface back up on the mountain, you look down below you, and it's almost impossible to distinguish where the path down the mountain was, as there is a huge triangular section of the mountain where trees and rocks and earth have been shorn away. It looks as if the mountain has been shaved, and you can watch as the final effects of the avalanche roll down the mountain, eventually resting at the middle point between the 4 peaks in that valley down there. And you really hope that there weren't any people down there, because they're fucked.
What an asshole.
Congratulations!
We're alive.
We did it. Rick is breathing heavily as the multicolored, shining light from him starts dying down. And he's just calming himself, deliberately trying to calm himself down.
Slowly peek out from underneath the bucket. Alive.
We're still standing.
Okay.
Like I said, dangerous path. Very dangerous. But we ain't dead yet.
That's where I was there.
Hey, Captain America, my shield. Step on the edge of it. Flip it in the air.
That looked kind of fun, actually. Gotta teach me how to do that. That looked kind of fun.
Well, get a shield.
Yeah, I have a shield.
Jump on your shield.
Thanks, I'm cured.
I have to remember that if we have to go down the mountain quickly.
Everyone goes, is jumping the shield like an expression like jumping the broom?
Maybe like jumping the gun a little.
What's a gun?
It's something that they've been working on. A lot of guards have it, but it's only for like royals. It's very expensive. This is something that even like alchemically, it's like some black sand.
Sounds fake.
All right, you guys pick yourselves up, collect yourselves, and continue walking down the mountain. Thankfully unharmed. Your passage is a bit easier, as this entire section of the mountain has been cleared and is visible for many miles in every direction, especially the further you go down. Yeah, and you have a safe rest of your journey. As you reach the bottom of this mountain on the newly coated with snow valley, you move through the broken trees that poke up through the snow at various intervals, heading towards the base of White Plume Mountain.
Terrifying in the start, very lovely on the after.
Yeah, well,
I think it's a little less dangerous than I thought it was going to be.
well, not everyone can bravely go through Yetis and avalanches and everything else the mountain has to go through it. You know, can, like I said, can pretty well take care of yourselves, which is nice.
I definitely wouldn't be here for that for Eden and Cyrus on that part. So much healing.
I don't think I healed you.
You didn't, but you've healed me before in the past.
Did I?
Once before. Very desperate situation.
Did I?
But you also
Did I do that?
You did also help this year, which was huge.
Well, I think we're through most of the. You've seen and gone through most of the dangers of the mountain. I don't suppose you know for sure where your vampire house is.
Far away from here.
Well, it's not on the mountain.
No. We're here for something else. Relic.
Oh, the vampires aren't here. The thing you want to kill the vampires are here. I see. All right.
That's very concerning. This is stranger.
I mean, comes to the territory.
It's true. Giants are native to almost exclusively the Lifeless Yonder. Some are also found in Welthesh.
Especially higher up on the mountain we were. Much more common.
Yeah, birth.
Yeah, Brickus, you'd be able to recount legends and tales of the cities of cloud giants and storm giants that congregate above the peaks of the world. Is what a lot of people call this mountain range that goes all the way up through the Lifeless Yonder.
Yeah, I'll regale them as we're just casually walking. Regale them of such stories and folklore of what's presumably up in the sky.
You would also know that White Plume Mountain is sort of infamous. It's a dangerous place. The active caldera and the boiling hot steam are incredibly dangerous for anybody who attempts to summit the peak. But there is a well-known cave called Dead Knoll's Eye Socket, about 2 miles from the base of the mountain itself, which would serve as a nice place to leave anything that you don't want to take into the mountain, as well as camp for the night, before trying to find a way into the mountain, which you've never fucking heard of.
Alright, yeah, I'll point that out as a nice spot. Even though you guys have a temperature-controlled magic hut, it's a nice, warm area that's good to camp out before you figure out where you need to go. I would recommend we try to make for camp there if we can.
I trust you in your word on that. Let's go. Go argue that one.
Is it far from where we are now? You said like 2-ish, or is it 2 miles from the base?
It's 2 miles from the base of the mountain, so you just need to locate it. You know of its existence, but you're not sure exactly where it is, and now the valley has basically lost all of its recognizable landmarks, so you just need to locate it.
May I try to roll a survival check?
You may absolutely do so with advantage.
Cool. I love me some advantage.
Bet you do, you greedy little.
Excuse you. That's a 15.
With a 15, you are able to locate the cave, Dead Knoll's Eye Socket. It is fairly well hidden, but only partially submerged in snow. You're able to dig out the mouth and make your way into the much more spacious and almost homey cave. There is a large 10 by 10 area where it's clear many fires have been burned over the years. There's a large ring of stones that surround it and several very, very old chairs of varying descriptions. There are logs that look to have been hewn from trees, both recently and long ago. There are several chairs that would not look out of place in a bar, and one sort of very nice plush chair, red cloth covering it, gold studs along the back and armrests. It's surprisingly nice and doesn't appear to have any damage due to the weather. This cave is very, very sheltered from the elements. It's a little dusty, but that's probably the only complaint you would have about it.
Raise an eyebrow at the chair. The hell is that doing there?
My guess is maybe some rich, noble, yuppie-headed teen guy to escort him out here, and he wanted to play Mountain Man for a little while, but he had to bring all his shit with him.
Can I take
That'd be
the
my
chair?
guess.
I mean, it's bigger than you.
I know, but in the bag of holding.
No, it wouldn't fit. The bag of holding
Damn.
only opens so far.
What if we break into pieces first?
Sure, absolutely.
That
That's
would
the
definitely
purpose.
fit out.
You still have a chair. It'd be kindling. Does anything here look like it was put here recently, as if someone might be currently using the space?
There's no indications of any current people.
Okay.
With a 15, I would say you think maybe the last time someone was here was maybe a month ago. You find a small pile of mostly decayed feather trimmings, as if someone was making arrows. Possibly a hunter stopped in.
Oh, that's a good spot to hunker down, like you said.
I mean, it's certainly well versed. Not sure how many of these people were able to come back. I'm guessing that rich guy didn't come back for his chair. So he's either still lost out there, or he just didn't care enough to get it.
Maybe some people died and never able to bring it back.
That's also a possibility.
Is there any? You said it was studded with gems. Something
No,
that?
like gold thumbtacks, like gold colored thumbtacks are
Alright.
what hold the chair together.
I was thinking of start taking some of that off, and I was like, all right, never mind.
No, not like they, as upon closer examination, they're probably brass, just pretty well polished.
Yeah.
How many 300 gold diamonds are on this chair?
0.
You're gonna need it for revives.
Well, maybe. I mean, you guys can enjoy me. It's a comfy chair. I don't know. Doesn't look that comfy, but what do I know?
This is fair. But shall I set up the tiny hut at the entrance? Like, or is this cave big enough? Like, looking around.
The cave is definitely big enough.
Alright,
This cave is probably 30 feet in diameter, and 20 feet tall at the tallest point in the center.
Alright, excellent. I'll set up here.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's actually slightly down into the ground. The like tunnel leads up to the tunnel that leads up to the cave entrance is about 5 feet long, so it's a nice insulated pocket. It almost resembles an igloo.
Very nice.
If you would like to tiny hut, you're more than welcome to, and can easily do that.
We tiny hut.
We'll start munching on some dinner.
Yeti.
I'll do another round of good berries.
Ooh, nice.
Lounge.
Thank you.
Good berry. Very nice.
Good thing we
Yeah.
didn't take damage, because I think it will either no damage or dead.
Alright, my fault.
Yeah, I never was one for spellcraft, but I should try to learn how to make that spell. It's a very good spell. It's a munch on a berry.
Yum. Delicious.
comes in handy
I can imagine.
in situations like these.
I think it takes Fietta a lot longer for her to eat her bread than everybody else.
Yeah, I literally just pop it in my mouth for one chew, and I'm just good.
Yeah.
I do the frog gum as I squish it around to make sure it's mashed up before you. Listen, I never said drugs were ceremonious. They just get big mouths.
Yeah, and Fietta just like takes bites out of it before it's finished. Still small, but it's like an apple in her hand instead of anything else.
Yeah, I'll wash my berry down with some milk. I'm gonna go enjoy some fresh air for a little bit. Y'all need anything before we settle down? I presume we'll keep on doing our normal watches.
Mm-hmm. I feel pretty good about it. I got the bubble to fall back to. Can't need this, and that's why I'll stick with fourth watch.
Ooh.
Alright, well, Cyrus, I'll come wake you up for a second watch when we're ready.
I'll take dirt again.
So, sounds good. I'll go up to the mouth of the cave, light the tobacco pipe, and just enjoy the fresh winter air.
Alrighty. If you're setting a watch, give me a perception check.
Never. I refuse. That's it. Rolled so many 15s today.
That's good.
Brickus, as night falls fairly quickly in the valley, due to the large size of the mountains around you. So it's not surprising when you start to see and hear the creatures of the night, with the storm mostly past, the hoots of owls and smaller birds and flying creatures can be heard, the chittering of bats and things of that nature. You also do hear, about halfway through your watch, about an hour in, cracking of wood some distance away, several hundred feet. You look out, but your dark vision isn't good enough to see that far away, but you do hear it somewhere out over the snowy valley.
So it was 100 feet away?
Several hundred feet away.
Several hundred feet. Okay.
Yeah. It like a tree falling sort of sound.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I don't want to leave the cave undefended, but what I will do is find a spot and I will try to hunker down and hide and see if anything starts approaching the cave mouth.
As about another hour is almost over, as your watch is almost coming to an end, you do see a large form move between two toppled trees and over some of the freshly packed down snow. It is far bigger than you, probably 12 or 13 feet tall at the shoulder. A very, very large owlbear. What's your stealth?
It's a +5 stealth.
Oh, could you please roll me in, since you said you hid?
24.
Excellent. You remain hidden and watch this thing as it snuffles around. You hear it hooting quietly to itself as it's rooting around near some of the bases of trees.
Does it seem to be interested in the cave?
It directs a few glances at it, but it seems to respect the cave enough to not trundle right over to it. It spends about 10-15 minutes moving around at the edge of the clearing in your sight before it starts to head away. At this point, you are just a couple minutes past your watch as it is starting to move out of your sight and hearing.
All right. Yeah. Once I'm sure it's moving away and not heading towards the cave, I'll go in and wake up Cyrus. And of course, let him know that there was an owlbear prowling outside. It didn't look like it was coming in, but best not to draw attention to us if it's close by.
Okay. I will summon Blinks to also be about. And then I'll take a watch from around the dome.
Okay. Very, very nice. With your 21, you are able to tell that though the owlbear has moved away, it is still sort of within 100, 150 feet of your cave, sort of moving around the hill near the base of the mountain that this cave is carved into. It doesn't seem to have any knowledge of your presence. Your owl is more than stealthy enough to avoid notice unless you do something specific to aggravate them. You guys did not light a fire or anything, so there's no smoke to draw it closer to you, which was very smart.
And then I will go wake up Fayetta and tell her about the owlbear. And we'll also tell her that Blinks is still out looking for it, and will alert you if Blinks sees it.
Alright, owlbears are nocturnal, right?
It depends on the part of the world that you're in, actually. Similar to bears, there are different varieties of owlbear. The farther north they are, the bigger and meaner and more active that they are.
Well, she basically rolls out of bed, flips up, uses her wings to pick herself up, and just like, alright. Then she just like floats over to the entrance again to keep looking out.
Okay. Give me... Oh, very nice. With your 29, you are the first to realize that there is not just one owlbear out there. You've never heard of it, you haven't studied owlbears very closely, but there is a herd, a flock, a group of owlbears.
Would it be a parliament of owlbears, since it's a parliament of owls?
What's a group of bears called?
A
problem of bears is funny.
A litter. No, that's bear cubs. Doesn't... I don't know. Look, Google
it's
is giving
called
its
a
result.
sloth.
That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
or a sleuth. A sleuth or a sloth.
Or a sloth of bears. A slothful parliament of owlbears. Stupid. Okay. Yeah, you can see that there are about 7 of them. Though the one that Cyrus and his owl spotted was the largest. There are 3 others that approach that size and 4 others that are much, much smaller. They appear adolescent.
According to Reddit, it's an ire.
Of owlbears?
Yeah. Or somebody has suggested
Nanny.
Congress.
A Congress of Iron.
How-
Wow.
How
That doesn't
professional.
make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. They're working together. Can't be Congress.
Well,
I like hootenanny. A
it's
hootenanny
your,
of
it's your,
owlbears is
it's
really
your
fucking
world.
funny.
You tell us what they're called. A hootenanny?
A hootenanny of owlbears.
That's
Breakfast in
good.
the court. My God, it's a hootenanny of owl. Beautiful.
Alright. Are they approaching where we're hiding, or?
They're not. They appear to be scavenging in the partially wrecked valley from this massive avalanche.
Alright. I'll just keep an eye on them, and just to make sure they don't, go towards us. Because that would be awful.
Okay. As far as you can tell, with your they are not been drawn close to the cave, nor have any reason to be interested in it, since there are no lights or anything that would or indications of movement. You guys have all been very, very stealthy in your existences, both in and out of the cave. There's almost no sign of you guys here, not even a scent for those who are all in the bubble. And your watch will pass uneventfully, though a few times a owlbear does come fairly close to you.
Alright.
Yeah, you are able to go and wake the frog.
Poke the frog bucket. Dip out of the way. Slide into blanket.
The hat rises. Okay.
Right,
By the way, be very careful.
Huh?
Cyrus said he spotted the bear, an owl bear. It was not one owl bear. It was a lot of owl bears. So, make sure not to make too much noise.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Sweet dreams. I'll stick to the bubble then. Make sure that if I see one, I scream.
Okay, you're inside the bubble, which means you can't see outside of the cave due to the nature of this cave, since the tunnel out leads upwards. So to keep an eye on exclusively the interior of the cave and listen for what you can from outside of it, give me a perception check. It's the owl. Woof.
It's very peaceful.
Erlong, about 45 minutes into your watch, you hear a from near the entrance of the cave, and the crunching of snow.
I'll hunker down just a little bit in the bubble.
What color is the bubble? Stone gray?
Pretty much. And make it look like just the back of a cave.
Okay. You can see a about average sized owlbear, probably 10 feet tall, at the shoulder, make its way into the cave. It scratches at the floor and walls in a few places, digging through the snow near the entrance. It takes an interest in one of the logs moving over, its claws clacking on the stone, and it nudges it with its beak, and one of the log chairs falls over on its side and rolls away, and sort of just watches it go. And as it watches it, you see its gaze settle upon the nice chair, and makes its way over to the chair, sniffs it a little bit. Goes to kind of, that thing. I don't know if you guys have I watched a lot of parrot videos. They kind of
they go to bite.
testing with their beak. Yeah, it's sort of not even bite, but just open their mouth and poke it with the tip of their beak to see if it pierces in. And there's a puff as stuffing comes out of the arm there, and the thing and as it's got a little bit of fuzz stuck in its beak now,
ancient dusty fuzz. Oh,
yeah, and just kind of eventually is able to get its claws hooked into the fuzz and makes its way out of the cave, since you guys have the benefit of Tiny Hut, which breaks nighttime encounters. Makes them impossible.
Yeah.
Good stuff. You guys are all safe. It can't smell you. It can't find you. You're good. And you don't have any horses for it to eat.
Thankfully. I scribble all this down with fascination.
Okay. It leaves. There's about another hour and 10 minutes, maybe an hour and 5 minutes left of your watch, which will pass uneventfully. And you can see some lightning of the sky coming in through the mouth of the cave, but you know that it will get much brighter as the sun crests the mountains around you closer to midday. It is morning, and you guys have survived once more another night.
Do we want to wrap it here since it's about less than 10 minutes to 11?
Yeah, it's up to you guys. We could stop here, or you guys could begin the search of the mountain faces to find the place. It is a natural stopping point. If you guys think you can find it before we end, you're absolutely welcome to try. I have nowhere to be.
I'm good either way. Whatever.
My
people wanna do.
allergies are kind of going into overdrive, and I would like to stop.
No worries. This is a great stopping point. I will write down that we have stopped just as everyone is waking up in the morning, and that you're all rationed up from good berries.
Good berry.
Sorry to be a bit of a party pooper.
You are so fine. Let me get you guys XP for not only defeating 2 abominable yetis, but also good RP and successfully having a very thrilling skill challenge. Thanks for failing the second and third check so that we were on edge the whole time.
Yeah, totally intended to do that. Yeah.
I'm gonna give you guys...
Totally intended for that suspense to
I'll add
happen.
like 500 on top of that. You guys all take 2,000 experience.
Yep.
So 36,020.
Yes.
36,020. I will update Edwin's sheet.
I have 36,870.
That is also what Edwin has.
I have 36,020.
I also have 20.
Why did some of us have this number and not all of us have this number?
Maybe we didn't. Maybe we didn't update from the last session when the session last.
Was there something posted in the Nexus?
I usually don't post it in the Nexus chat, but let me see.
Let me settle this with the Civil
Did we get
War.
some experience from the Knolls?
How would you have more experience? Because you weren't even here at the end of the session.
Yeah. That doesn't.
Well, I would have
think-
updated your sheet, but
Well, yeah, somebody updated my sheet because I didn't fucking touch my experience coming back. So whoever updated it with on par with Dan and Hana.
okay. Well, we'll do that. This is the new total experience. You guys
Alright.
get a little bit of a bump.
All right, I'll take it.
Wow.
Just a little bit closer.
Thank you.
Level 9 is in 12,000 experience.
Not too far away.
Not too far away. If only you guys were headed to a place with lots of monsters.
Man, I couldn't imagine with storm giants on the horizon. What the fuck is that?
It's,
One
Yeah.
lightning strike later, Erlong dead on the floor, legs
if only
twisted
we
around.
murdered, if only we murdered that owlbear family and all of its cubs.
Nate, I'm not gonna lie, I don't roll half as many net 20s as I do on death saves than other than your games.
It's every time you're down. It's insane.
It's unnatural.
I was
If
just
you don't
thinking-
get healed, somebody gets you up. It's like insane.
It's
Well, I
happening
mean,
multiple
I
times.
specifically built this character to be able to, like, heal lots of people.
Oh yeah, and it's fucking fantastic. I thank you every time. I would very much be permadead if it was not for Cyrus. Like, fucking way long. I was permadead at one point, then it came back because of Cyrus.
Yeah, I should probably prep Revivify. I
Yeah.
haven't been.
Yeah, he
And,
showed
and
up
lesser
Erlong
restore,
dropped.
maybe.
I have the gem, I just keep forgetting to... I'm like, oh, we don't need that today.
It's fine. Erlong falls over dead.
I'm still over here like, damn. If I didn't have that ring, I would have died each and every single one of those fucking cold breaths from a Yeti.
Hell
We
yeah.
were no
Absolutely
joke.
fucking love
Good
that you got to
purchases,
see
y'all.
this all
I hope
back.
everybody enjoyed and has continued to have fun in the game.
I hope you
Yeah,
have
definitely.
a good day. We love
Thank
your
you very
face.
much
I'm
for
sorry
running.
it wasn't
A
much
lot of fun.
longer. But next time. Thank you for tuning in,
Thank you for
Noise.
having us.
And everyone else who's in chat. Let's
Always
see.
a pleasure.
These lovelies, yeah.
I should probably
yeah.
dip out right now. I
I am-
gotta be at work
oh.
tomorrow.
I am also going to run. I will see you guys all in 2 weeks, and some of you tomorrow, and some of you in 1 week.
Thank you very much for
Alright,
running, Nate.
have a
Love
good
your
night.
face.
All right. Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye.
That was fun.
And to the rest of you
Have a
who are
good
still
night.
watching, I bid you good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, sweet dreams to those who are going to bed, and have a good day for those who are continuing on. Till next time. Bye-bye!